Oh, hello there. I am not Dustin or Devin, and I am not playing Dungeons and Dragons. But I do have a Dustin and a Devin here, and we are going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons today. So welcome to a very special episode. This is a Q&A episode with the cast, a Christmas D4 holiday special. Hey guys. Woo! We're all in our ugly Christmas sweaters. Some of them have been designed to be ugly personally due to branding issues, but we're all here.
Galactic conflicts
that probably can't be broadcast since we don't have those rights.
Yep.
A certain company with big ears might come after us, so just let that one go.
Some of us are really skilled at picking colors to be on green screen.
Yes, some of us are very skilled at picking colors to be on green screen.
I don't know what you're talking
about. We do have some announcements to get through before we get underway here fully, so why don't we go ahead and go through those. I know that we are off for the next 2 weeks. We are going to be rebroadcasting the 2 most recent episodes of D4 during that time, so feel free to tune in. We'll jump in and out of chat as we can, and then we'll hit it in January with following up with where we left off, because oh boy, we have some fun things that are going to be happening. I'm sure.
What happened?
I mean, it hasn't been concerning at all.
No,
And there's only one person that knows.
Who knows? Maybe we could get into some of that tonight. You never know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Anything can happen.
We want to let you know that you can ask questions live.
Yep. And once we'll do the Q&A, and then once we're finished with the Q&A, we're going to kick the cast out, and then you get to join the 2 of us for our happy hour of building an NPC and a magic item that they will get to experience in the game. It will be a canon NPC and a canon magic item.
And all of this was made possible because of you guys and your generous donations during our Extra Life campaign. Right. Thank you guys so much.
This
is all because of you.
But you're not Devin and you're not Dustin.
Correct.
So who are you?
I am Ross, also known as the map guy. Quite often, anyway. It's every time they say, bring out the map, it's a, what? What map? No, Ross, don't bring out the map. And I'm usually the guy getting the map. I'm one of the crew members. I've been with them. I've known Devin for a while, and just been helping out behind the scenes. So in front of the camera today.
Diggity.
So they say. They might change their minds after tonight. We'll see.
Don't believe everything you hear.
It's true. It's true. All right. Any other announcements or anything we need to go through?
D&D Beyond, particularly Lauren, which is everybody here. Merry Christmas, as well as everybody on the stream there.
Happy holidays.
Awesome. Thank you, D&D Beyond.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you all, and thank you to all of our sponsors who've been with us for this year.
A whole year.
Like Beetle and Grimm.
Yeah. Eldritch Foundry, all of them. And
all responsible.
Meeple
Madness.
RockPunch, of course.
For letting us be here.
And of course, you guys. We wouldn't be here without you.
100%.
We're here because $11,000
this year.
That is just crazy.
That is amazing.
And what's crazy to me is that we started last year in November with a goal of $1,000. $500. Excuse me. Right. $500. Yeah. And what did we raise at the end of the night? $5,000 during November last year.
You all are incredible and
It's
amazing. But I think I think it's time.
Without further ado, let us immerse ourselves into the chronicles of
Q&A.
RockPunch.
And we're back, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do this right now. Spoilers. More spoilers. Probably not too many. Oh, yeah, all the spoilers. Just be ready. Tons of spoilers in this Q&A are coming. So, with that, we're going to start with one of the pre-submitted questions from @NefariousSunder.
Oh.
So, for the party,
That's us, not y'all. Thank you.
this campaign has been a wild and wonderful roller coaster of emotion from the very beginning.
Thank you.
What has been your character's highest and lowest points in game so far that we as the audience have seen? And let's just start with Harold. Ethan.
Okay, well, I know my lowest, without question, was making the deal with the hag. Without question, that was Harold's absolute lowest moment because he felt like he had doomed a child to something worse than death. Ethan, you can go back and watch. Ethan was also feeling pretty terrible because I assumed that the deal they would die before, and that was like the caveat, and that didn't really happen. His best moment? Oh man, he's had a lot of really fun, great moments. I think it was last episode feeling like him and V had finally like buried the hatchet of Session Zero completely, and when it felt like, wow, I really have my best friend back completely. Like 100%, we are the terrible twosome once again. It was just awesome. So that was a pretty high point for Harold, I think.
And then
100%. That was a roller coaster of a moment.
Actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It was very much a roller coaster.
Very much.
Logan? What about Voss?
Voss's highest point in this campaign has been two things. One, burning the hag's hut down was his best moment because burning a hag's hut down and saving some children is easily the most heroic thing he's ever done in his life. And the second one is tricking Manchun into thinking that someone else had the stone.
That was
successfully.
Oh, yeah.
Those two moments felt like the biggest successes we ever had.
I'm surprised the chase wasn't one of them.
The
chase with
That
the
wasn't
cigar?
pretty
The
unreal.
chase.
Oh, that was
Voss was too exhausted to enjoy freedom.
accurate.
Because he's
fair.
trying to
That's
run
fair.
from guards with burned lungs, just trying to get to the sea in a city he really doesn't remember that well. It's like, is it left here? Man, I don't have time.
Better throw this knife.
The lowest point is when he exploded at the party because he was in panic mode and felt that we weren't doing anything to extricate ourselves from the situation we were in.
Which was a great moment.
Yeah,
That was
just-
an incredible moment.
He didn't know what to do. He felt like nobody was focusing on the fact that everyone in the city was out to kill us, and he had no idea what to do. And
That was great.
That was probably it.
Awesome.
Rhea?
Hello. Vinley's highest moment would probably be this. It's a very small moment that probably didn't get a lot of like attention when it happened, but the highest moment was when Seisha stopped her to talk to her about necromancy in front of the entire party, and everyone was all like, "Okay." And what? Just that feeling of being accepted by people, and that's when she really started to see these people as friends more than people she kind of works with. And then her lowest moment is, let's see if I can get through this without crying, was in the alley when we got the Stone of Golor.
I knew.
And
I knew
she
it.
saw that she had gotten all these people out of their houses only to be killed. And she, in that moment, made the decision, this is her time to go. Like, this is it. I'm gone. And then, like, it turned into one of the highest moments for her. But in that moment, I remember, like, crawling under the table because I was so upset that I was getting my neighbors involved in something that they couldn't handle. Yeah, that was her lowest moment.
That was a hard one.
Is another moment. Both of your moments are they're overshadowed by everything else that was happening at that time. But if you go back and watch Rhea's facial expressions. You can see the heartbreak and the joy.
Just go back and watch Rhea during the episodes because there's so much that you miss. If I go back and watch them, I watch her.
But that particular moment, like I remember like being there and you had started running away and we just thought that you were going to catch up with, I think it was Seisha who had flown off or someone you would.
I was chasing someone.
Yeah, you had met up with someone and you round and I think at that moment is what actually stopped you.
Yeah.
But we just were like, oh, you're going to join the fight, and it wasn't until later that we had realized that, oh wow, we almost lost Vinley
As a party member.
Yeah, it's
Just the way you said, I'm so sorry before you bolted. Like, I was going, oh no.
It was good. Me and B straight up were like, oh, she knows what she's doing. It's fine.
Fine.
The subtle hints of Vinley.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Goblin? What about you?
Okay. Lowest point, there's 2 that are tied. Number 1 was the fallout from the elf assassin fight, where she realized that maybe we aren't the good guys that she had expected, and that was really hard for her. The other one would be realizing that she almost killed Voss. That was not one of her happy moments.
That was rough.
Session 2?
Yeah, session
That was
3.
2.
Yeah, that was super early on.
Yeah.
2 or 3. I think it was 3. That was 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then high point, I think the high point would have to be, and it's silly and it's stupid, but finding Biblio. That was, I think, the happiest she's been in the course of the stream because it's a living book. It's perfect and she loves it. And yeah, sure, it's normally an evil alignment creature, but that's fine. Because
She's a paladin. She can look the other way.
Neutral. Neutral.
So
Are you?
just got this question from Laughing, and this is related to just Goblin Katie. Do you realize the emotional roller coaster you put the viewers through when she emotes and nearly starts crying?
Aww. I did not, but that makes me really happy. I like crushing hopes and dreams.
V.
So, Patrick.
Okay, it's kind of V cries a lot, so sometimes it's hard to pick like the lowest point. So I definitely feel like when she was in the void was really traumatizing for her. A feeling of absolute powerlessness is not a feeling she's used to, being a very physically strong, powerful person. She's not super strong emotionally and like mentally.
But she does have a lot of social power too.
She does have a lot of social power, but she also like recognizes that that's something she was kind of born with, not something that she earned like Harold did. You know, which is why she like tends to stumble her way through her charisma. She don't really have charisma. She just happened to be born into charisma. So
What's your charisma? Money.
I have money.
So much money.
So, the feeling, any moment she had, especially that void part where she just feels absolute powerlessness, where like it doesn't matter her physical ability and strength, that you can't get her out of it, and that's just something she has a very hard time coping with and dealing with. So I would definitely say like that's a huge down for her. I would say definitely one of her highest points was when she was in that fight and won at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That was so
cool.
Yeah.
That
you were
was
kicking
just
ass.
like, because the thing is that, you know, it's a test of physical strength is what she's comfortable with and happy with and excels at. Her whole family was mostly centered around like, you know, intelligence and money and all that. So she just feels best and happiest when she's in the element of being able to overcome obstacles physically versus
cool.
mentally. So the fact that she's able to do that and then just have everyone praise her and just feel like she's useful again was a huge thing for her.
You're
And
strength.
I would imagine that would bolster V's confidence on that emotional level, having such a physical success. like that.
Absolutely, because that's how she's used to getting praise from people and feeling useful. is through her being able to know that she's strong enough to carry people and help and fight her way through things.
Yeah, your strength was so huge in that fight because you don't have the martial artist or monk background or anything like that. So you're just relying on
Pure
straight
instinct.
straight strength for your damage. And we were like, she's going to get through the first one easy. He's a chump. Second one, she may get through. She's not going to drop the third one. And
It's
you
those
did.
uppercuts,
And you
man.
did. Yeah, signature uppercut.
Your finisher.
Loved it.
I'm actually going to toss this to the DMs. What is your favorite, like, highest moment that you've seen the players overall have, and your favorite lowest point that you've seen the players overall have?
Go ahead, pick your favorite.
Why you gotta?
No, I think we mean as a group, not each individual
As
player.
a group. As a group.
Well,
Man,
let's do it.
that's a good one.
Okay, my highest moments are when they're still working on it to certain degrees, typically between certain characters. Yeah, but when they first became a group, like a well cohesive party, when they started going down that road, those are always the happiest moments. You're not just a bunch of murder hobos doing it for coin or anything. You actually start getting invested with the other players and the other characters and stuff like that, and seeing those character arcs build and grow has been the highest points for us.
Yeah, I think on that for me, because when elements of like backstory and other things that happen that you all don't know about, but there's so much going on that is like touching on every little bit that only that person knows is happening. That's what really like hits it for me as well.
Yeah, it is very fun when you all will add to one of those scenes and pick and say things to one of the other characters, and you don't even know what chords you're hitting, and you are hitting really big notes. really big notes.
All the chords are
Lowest moments? I don't think there is any really low moments. There are times where it's like, guys, come on, pick up the clues, or let's hurry this up, or it's like, can you work together? But there are also really beautiful moments because one of the things that we focus on is the realism of the story. And so it may be a little bit frustrating as a DM where you're like, we're trying to get somewhere, let's go somewhere, but you're also like, this is a fun moment, and we love watching roleplay.
Yeah,
And a lot of those, I was going to say, just a lot of those moments have come out of what would be like a shopping episode. Then suddenly there's an interaction that you're just like, oh my gosh, had we not gone down this path, we never would have gotten this amazing moment from these characters.
Thing is, like, we don't really, for us, there are no low moments, because the lowest moments of the players are going to be such good story building moments for us, and really give us that momentum to push the story forward.
I will say this, no one's asked this question, I haven't seen it, but I'll just add the answer anyways. So the swamp episodes.
Oh, right.
The swamp episodes were specifically written for a guest actor or a guest player that couldn't make it because he kept getting put on shows.
Yeah, so scheduling is because film industry, and that's what happens. But
it was, we already jumped the gun.
Yep.
We already put him on the path, and we're like, okay, we're running it. And this whole hag thing spiraled into this beautiful story because of all the chaos that the players did and all the deals that they made and just how the dice rolled.
Yeah, and it was all from a side quest that was wrote for a guest that was coming in to help tie in their character.
Now it's a huge part of the story.
I had no idea that was a side quest.
Yeah.
I thought that was part of the story the whole time.
Surprise!
Well, I guess it wouldn't be if like deals weren't made. Then I guess it would have been a side quest.
It took the story that we had already started writing and added this new element where we're like, oh, this makes it so much better.
Yeah.
And if you guys killed her, of course, it would have been like, it didn't matter.
We didn't know how.
I will say that Seisha now has a massive hate on for swamps.
It wasn't.
Like, if we ever have to go back to a swamp, you're going to have to run her like B.A. Baracus. Be like, here, have some more milk, Seisha.
I don't want to go near any giant reptiles ever again. Ever.
And I'm not allowed to babysit anymore.
I almost died. I have face down Manchun, and I almost died to a croc.
Yep.
It's the little things that'll get you every
I
time.
tell you.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
breathing.
Like hubris.
Yeah,
Like hubris.
that's the one.
Yeah, there you go.
That's the one.
I don't have a problem with that.
From Strike Red Kite, for the DMs, is there a story beat you've had to discard because the players threw you a curve that you'd like to share with us? Something that you aren't going to bring back around.
Ooh.
There has been quite a few.
I would say there's curveballs, yes, and there's wrenches.
But there have been things that we have thrown away, but I don't know if they'll ever not come back, or if we won't rework them into another element.
That's the hard part of the question is, of course we've put things, let's say we'll put it on the back burner. Like, okay, we didn't get to that. But we can put that in the future here, rework it a little bit more. Oh, now there's this extra element added to it, and we just kind of work with that. But the foundation's already made. Why throw all that work away?
Yeah, totally.
I will say there's also been times where we've added things that we didn't necessarily had planned to add, that because of what has transpired, then it made sense for the story better to go ahead and add this element in here,
yeah, but I don't unless there's something really huge, like you killed a big NPC, and then all of that plot line just kind of fades away.
Yeah.
But they haven't really done that yet. So.
We haven't done a lot of killing. Okay, some of us haven't done a lot of killing.
We haven't killed important characters.
I haven't killed anything.
Or
You haven't killed any
allies, I
person.
guess.
No,
We
I
haven't
did
killed
kill
allies.
the indentured spirit. I
You
killed
haven't-
one of the indentured
You haven't
spirits.
killed anything that's like sentient.
Yeah.
Or just not
Nothing
straight evil.
sapient. I haven't killed anything sapient.
There you go. Okay.
Also, the murderous 3 on the back.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I feel like I'm back here to keep an eye on you guys.
Teamwork, murder squad.
Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's how it goes. Another one for the DMs, and then this will jump to the players as well. Who's your favorite NPC to play, and why?
So a lot of people will guess who mine is, typically. A lot of people think that my favorite is Mama Uwe. She is a lot of fun to play. But because she's kind of an asset for the players and not someone that has her own story going for her, like a lot of people in the alleyway, they are assets for the players and don't really have a whole lot of their own personal goals. They may have small ones. So they're fun to play, but my favorite to write, and I would say that's fun to play, are Gariel and Davil.
Okay, good.
I love playing Gariel. She's fun, but I actually Renair is another one that I absolutely love
He's
to
great.
Nice.
play.
Really? Not
Sorry.
3 strings?
Scratch that. Not 3 strings. Harlequin is my favorite to play, hands down.
That's what I was sitting here going like,
Really?
The laugh makes my flesh crawl.
Honestly, I thought you were going to say Salazar.
Oh.
Salazar.
fun,
I have
but-
so much history with that character. My God.
Salazar.
But, you guys,
Salathar.
besides Renee,
Who is he right now? I forgot.
In a coma.
Nigel, but we've only met him once,
Yeah.
and he's
He
only
can come
teetered. But
back. He was great.
yeah, he's one of my favorites.
He's kind of busy. There's a whole nother campaign that
Yeah.
D&D wrote.
Him and his buddy are taking care of that right now.
They're tromping around
They're dissenting.
Yeah.
on some first layer. I really enjoy Vincent Trench. He's a lot of
Oh
fun.
my God.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that
I like
noir,
decoding
film noir
Transatlantic,
style.
yeah, kinda.
Yep, totally.
Dick Tracy-esque vibe. That so he's a lot of fun.
Decoding him is fun.
Kat,
you're
yours?
pretty good.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite NPC to interact with, and why?
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No. Sorry. I mean, I like Rainier, but my problem, so sometimes I get like a little too into the character review, and I'll actually be sitting at the table just like really nervous, and I'm like, this is stupid. I'm almost like, what are they saying? So unfortunately, it's not Rainier. But Oh my god, I just had one in my head. Who was it? You might have to circle back around to me.
All right, we can move to Goblin while you think about it.
I've got 2. Again, I'm ready. Gariel, of course, because she is so
She's
fascinating.
amazing.
And Pixel.
Yeah.
I love Pixel.
Yeah, Pixel's on her own
Yeah.
journey right now.
She's a little.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
After
and
the
as
last
soon as we
episode?
can, I'm going to go talk to her. Just giving you a heads up.
Okay.
After the last episode, it's not the Minotaur, isn't it?
Okay, he was awesome. Ransack is awesome.
Hello?
He is pretty awesome, but
He is going to be dead by the end of the night.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Jenkins, you got yours?
I loved the dragon.
yes.
And I love like all the talking animals. So I also love Monty the horse so much. I
That
think-
was not us playing excitement. That was genuine, real life excitement. We were like getting hype up before the film.
excited.
We were like, we're gonna meet a fucking talking
It'll
horse.
be a fucking talking horse. It's so cool.
So cool.
I absolutely love Monty. Yes, I know there's others on the list, but unfortunately, my mind keeps going blank.
Okay.
But those are definitely
that's
2
fine.
I love.
What was your other
Biblio.
one?
Duh.
Biblio.
Biblio. How did I not
of
think?
course.
Oh, because he's a party member.
That's true.
No,
He's a BFG at this point. He guards
but
the door.
he's an NPC BFG.
I know,
Yeah.
but it still counts. One
Rhea?
of these days, he's gonna pay off, and you're gonna eat your words,
No.
What do you say? Biblio's gonna save your life.
or he's
somehow?
going to eat you. It's gonna be one or the other.
No, I want the situation where Biblio's holding them both over the cliff edge. It's you and him, and he's like, "It's about that time."
That's how I'll die in this campaign.
And on the way down, I told you.
No, that'd be
I
worth it.
do plan to teach him to talk.
Oh God.
All right.
That would be like
My favorite NPC is Fala Lafalier, just
Yes.
because of everything that they like stand for and they represent to my character. Just like in every one of their interactions, Vinley leaves feeling calmer and safer more than anything, and they just give this weird, reassuring comfort every time we interact with them.
Reddard.
Yeah, totally.
Because that's Voss's weird lifeline. It's part of the weird lifeline he has towards his path of redemption. And it was weird kind of picking up essentially it was a side quest kid. And yeah.
Nobody. Nobody.
Nobody and being
Got
like,
agency.
It was a morality test, and you passed it.
yeah.
That's what it was. It was a morality test.
And is she called the Black Viper?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah,
Whew.
her as well.
She's terrifying.
For reasons I can't really get into here. But
hot.
yeah, those two.
Because she's hot.
She's wearing a mask. I mean, that's a maybe.
She got a hot bod.
Solid 5.
Baseline
Baseline 5. Just got to get the mask off to see where are the rest.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Butcher.
I wonder why.
Because I have an enormous amount of history with several of the NPCs in the game. So a lot of my favorites are Salazar, Butcher, Nigel. Good
And what
God.
history do you have with them?
I LARPed with these two goobers for years, and so I have an extreme amount of. I wouldn't say I don't have any knowledge about what it is they're doing in this campaign. I just know their personalities and like what they stand for, what they like and they don't like. And the Butcher has always been especially a character that I understood. And like if I was going to watch a show, I would watch a show about the Butcher in a heartbeat. He'd be fucking cold-blooded. Such a cool guy. And me and him have kicked ass for years as those characters. So there's a special something to the Butcher that just is a whole other level that I can't even, like, I'm getting choked up just saying it. There's a connection there between me and him out of play that kind of, it makes me biased. And the same thing goes for Nigel. 100%.
I also like Commodore Sword.
Yes! That's the thing that sucks about this.
Yes, Commodore
What a
Sword.
great NPC that we're screwing over.
He cracked me up.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, I have one last plan that I'm not going to reveal here that maybe. I can still get that nipple suit.
Oh no.
Otherwise, I'm just stealing off his corpse. If it's a little singed,
Call it a nipple harness.
No, it's a nipple suit.
It's not even a suit. It's
It
harness.
is. No, it
it's
is
a couple of crossed belts.
He is
Nipple
not
belts?
the kind of person who would not
Nipple
wear
belts.
a designer label. It's a nipple suit.
Who are you wearing, and where can I shame them?
I'm wearing Zord.
Go ahead, Ross.
Probably made it himself. Bought it at Ross.
All right, Ross, guys. There you go. There
It's
you go.
on brand.
It's on brand.
That's on brand.
That cool new scoop has a question. This
Yes.
is probably more geared toward the DMs. I've been wondering if Salazar is a victim of his own popularity. Did the DMs have him caught up in the blast because the players were so fond of him?
Okay, I can answer this.
That sounds like shame in his
Sounds
voice.
like it.
Okay, so nothing against the campaign, but the explosion that happens in the alleyway has no emotional deep ties. None of the alleyway NPCs that the players have interacted with aren't caught in the blast. None of anything like that. And so Dustin and I were like, well, what if the blast happens and they just don't care? And then the rest of the campaign is literally
That's totally fair. Boss would have totally been like, I mean, it sucks it happened, but
Yeah. So you guys
Fair.
would have helped clean up the mess and help, but you wouldn't have been invested in the storyline. So we're like, how do we get them involved? And you guys really loved this one NPC.
I will
with that
give a little
purpose.
backstory. We toyed around with a couple other. Pixel was an idea to throw in there as well.
I'm so glad y'all did not do that.
Declan, like Pixel and Declan.
No.
No, it was bad enough that Declan was caught in it.
Yeah.
So
You
we
know-
still teased Declan in there a little bit, and so but we knew that like because of how not just for this it made sense for the story.
It
We
did.
knew that it would draw you into the investigation.
Oh my God.
Also, there was
Yeah.
one other person or people, I would say, that were really invested into said character. And that may have been why he was also chosen. So sorry, viewers.
See, guys, it really is your fault.
I mean, yeah, it was.
Your
You
fault.
cut back
It's your
from that
fault. We're here,
episode
it's your fault.
to the nimble right. I literally have the line, "This is for Salazar."
Yeah.
Like, and I was thinking it the whole time from that point forward. Like, when I get the freaking, I'm gonna say it.
What was it?
Hmm?
What was it?
What?
What line?
This is for Salazar.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
that
okay,
was the line.
okay.
Yeah.
I'm honestly really glad you guys did pick Salazar because, like, I feel like such a total asshole. But I have, like, I don't know why I have zero emotional investment in those kids. So
It's because you hate children. You're a child eater.
and like for some reason, like Salazar is like such a real, like, tangible, like, character to me where I'm like, no, he's a talking animal.
Yeah.
I like talking animals. And so does me.
Guys.
I also feel like, I don't know, is Bentley emotionally invested in children?
Specifically, Declan.
Okay, see, I never formed a bond, or V never formed a bond with either kids. So it's just always kind of awkward, like, hey, you're here and you're not
You
supposed to.
keep playing those
I find that
card
incredibly
games.
annoying.
It really well then that really goes to show how privileged of a life she had. She never had other kids
Yeah.
around. It was she was very secluded, and it
Yeah.
was just her and
So I'm really glad you guys did pick Salazar just because, like, I feel like V, like, was way more invested in trying to figure out what happened versus if it was like Declan or Pixel, I'd be like, well, everyone else cares more than I do, so they'll figure it out and I'll just help out, I guess.
No, as soon as
Versus,
Salazar
like,
went down, every single one of us was like, that guy's
Versus,
dead,
like,
whoever it is.
being upset, yeah.
Whoever it is dying.
Like the
I
entire
will
cast went Super
reiterate,
Saiyan at that
though.
point.
He's not dead.
not dead. No.
He's in a coma.
Look, hey, people, miracles happen every day.
Look, it's the winter.
Especially
He's
in
just hibernating.
fantasy.
All blooded.
Just wrap him in some mud.
Yeah, he just needs to wait.
He's a lizard.
Have you
His
tried?
tail
about it, guys.
go back.
We
Yeah.
have not tried wrapping him in mud. I'll have to go back.
Have you tried rubbing
I'm
dirt
sure
on
the
it?
healer
Just
will
a
be
nice-
fine with it.
A nice mud spa,
Yeah.
day there, just wrap him up, let him
But, like,
sit.
he's passed out, so just imagine going through a whole spa and he's just passed out. And we're like, you okay, buddy? Cucumbers, like, are you awake?
Did they open up? No. Okay.
Just throw him in the hot tub.
Weekend at Bernie's, this lizard man.
All right.
Alrighty.
Oh man. So for all the party, if all your characters suddenly had changed classes, what class do you think they'd pick? And we'll start with Rhea.
Okay. So if Vinley had to change classes, she would probably be a rogue with the sub-archetype of assassin. Because
I can see that.
she's very good at killing things.
Yep.
And
I
I
like
think
that.
if she had to do anything else, it would fall in the same line of what she already knows how to do.
Totally.
Yeah.
Logan?
Battle Master Fighter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Unquestionably.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially, that's essentially what he would respec into because it's similar. Swashbuckler is great.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, frustratingly great.
Little bit.
Solo sneak attack.
Solo sneak attack is
Solo
awesome.
sneak attack is fun.
Multi-classing Swashbuckler into Fighter is very common. So
Yeah.
starting with Fighter and then maybe move into Rogue. Yeah.
Just a different type of rogue.
Yeah, different type of rogue maybe.
Dip your toe
Yeah.
in the water.
Yeah.
Goblin?
I would have to say Celestial Sorcerer.
Oh, yeah.
That would be, I think, her Jamalama.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I can't control it!
Speaking along the same vein, I know a lot of people would think I'm going to say Warlock here, and I would probably have to pick Warlock if this was actually happening. But I would choose Sorcerer Wild Mage, no question.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah!
That is not the most
here's-
herald shit.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, though,
Yeah.
and this is, you don't know why yet, viewers, but Wild Mage is a restricted class in our story.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There are two. There's Deep Old One Warlocks and Wild Mages. Can't blame them.
Damn.
Yep.
That's a shame.
Oh, so
Captains.
I feel like being a barbarian is such a huge part of my bumbling character. But a part of me wants to say druid.
That's legit.
I
Talking
can see
animals.
that,
Because,
Ooh,
like,
yeah,
talk to all the
totally.
animals.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. It's obviously that's a bit more magic than V is used to, but I feel like if she were exposed to it more, because I know, deep down V really just wishes she could find a way to just run away and live in the woods, but also knows that she has no idea how to do that. So she's like, I want to do this thing, but like I can't. It's like those teenagers who are like, I just want to go out and live in the woods and live off the land, but like have no idea how to do it, but they fantasize about it, and they're like, yeah. Fuck society. I don't want to contribute.
They're definitely
Yes.
not proficient in survival.
Yeah, she'd get out there and be like, let me rub some sticks together.
Hold on, let me look on YouTube. Why I don't have service out here? What's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
I only have 3 bars. I hate this island of Wahapui.
But I like the idea of me being a druid.
That'd be
so.
super
Yeah.
cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome. As a follow-up to that, what is a class you'd love to see in another campaign or a one-shot each of your fellow players take on?
Oh.
Wait. Say that again?
So, what's a class you want to see
Oh,
every
man!
other person take on in a one-shot or another campaign?
Yeah, you can just pick. You don't have to do
Yeah.
everybody.
Don't
do
feel like
every
you need to
single
do
one.
everyone?
Just everybody choose one person and
I want to see Logan play a paladin.
Ooh.
Wow.
All right.
I'd totally play a lawful good character. That was originally when we were starting this. That was going to be what I played.
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Because I was just like, I just want a man who goes on adventure, and they said, do better.
You did really good.
Yeah.
You did really fucking good.
You're welcome.
Yep.
That's-
You're
Man who
I want to see Goblin Katie play a bard. I want to see you be the
Yeah.
face really bad.
Yeah.
You have all the makings of the face, but you're stuck behind the wall of nice paladin. I know that mischievous characters are really your bread and butter. I'd like to see you run a bard for sure.
How do you know that?
Because once again, LARP. Although we have never worked together, I've heard many stories. And yes, holy shit, you should play a bard sometime.
That would be fun.
That would
That'd
be
be a
fun.
lot of fun.
I want to see Ethan play a rogue mastermind. Because I know what's going on in his head at any given point in time.
I would have so much fun. Oh my god, I've never even considered it. The help action from far away.
Yes, masterminds are.
All right, you guys do your thing. I'll be behind the barrel.
With other rogues, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's especially good. Thank you. That would be awesome.
Catkins, I would like to see play a sorcerer, specifically because it applies to the bumbling nature. Just to see you panic a spell out.
Wait, you want V to be a sorcerer? Just like me in general.
Just play a panicky character.
So I was just like a
Yeah, same
panicky
vein.
sorcerer, like,
Yeah.
okay. Like,
I've seen this work before.
Because sorcerers are like bloodlines.
yeah,
reactionary,
sorcerers versus
so it's like,
wizard,
so
because
it's like-
wizard has books, and so it'd be like, let me read
No,
through this.
I also imagine it'd be sort of like this. Okay, come on. You know 25 different spells. 25. It's fireball! Damn it! I did it again! Damn it!
Just like 6 to 1.
I just can't stop with fire. It's just so easy.
It was a locked door. You just needed knock. Well, fireball worked.
I just see you just continuously casting levitate on someone as an offensive spell. Having them just like attach to the roof and like, this is really inconvenient. It's like, oh no.
I'm stealing all your stuff now. I can't stop that.
That would be really funny. I would absolutely love to play that. I think I would really like, I think it'd be really fun to see Rhea play a just pure evil character.
Just
Like,
raw evil.
Just raw, like, oh god. But also, like, you see nothing wrong with that.
Inquisitor.
Like,
Paladin Inquisitor.
Like, just nothing wrong with that. Like,
Oh,
this is just
that'd be
how
so
it
much
is.
fun.
Is that Conquest? Conquest Paladin?
Yeah,
How
like
do
a
you know I'm not
conquest
already
paladin.
playing an evil character?
Oh,
Well, I can tell you feel kind of bad at times.
I'm gonna
I
rattle.
like that gone.
I'm gonna rattle off some people that have been guests for us that I also think would be fun.
Oh yeah,
I
let's
would
do it.
like
Let's
to
do
see
it.
Ray play a monk. Ray, you may not know this, is a very talented kickboxer.
Yeah.
And she knows a lot about all of that. So a monk would be really cool to see her play. Mark Meir, I would really like to see him play like a dumb barbarian. Dumb barbarian.
Yes.
we should do, next time we do a charity game, we should play each other's suggestions.
Yeah.
as a
Oh my
character.
god!
would
Rogue
be
Mastermind, I
awesome.
wouldn't even think twice. I'd love that. But yeah,
I love it.
Nice.
Watch
love
that
it.
group work better than this one.
I'm
Perfect
sure
cohesion.
the dice would wholeheartedly agree with that as well.
Yeah.
Laughing Underwater has another question. This is for Devin and Dustin. Which character voice that you've done has the biggest negative impact on you the day after you've had to do it?
I have two. Xanathar!
I imagine why.
Praise me! Is one, and then another one which I specifically only use very few words with, but that is the voice from the void.
Yeah, that's.
Which always makes me think of, like, I'll get you, Gadget.
That's more, I'll get you, get it!
Right, but in my mind,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I just always associate it with,
Yeah.
what was his name, Dr.
Claw.
Claw?
Yeah.
Claw.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
The claw.
Mine is a grubble the gabble here, just coming in, you know.
I love him. Wait, no, I love those characters, those goblins who are like, hey, Bahaya, you wanna...
Yeah.
Hey, we might be making enough money to actually hire him next
No,
month.
He's just gonna kill them in the bathroom.
I want to hire them because they're, again, on my next list of favorite NPCs.
They're gonna be in
I'm
the
just gonna
bathrooms
point
like.
out, I'm just going to point out, if he kills them in the bathroom, look at how much they make. We need him to kill them in the bathroom and loot them.
Loot goblins.
I'm not touching
There-
those
there
filthy
is
goblins.
one-
Whatever they want,
Clean them!
I just imagine they go into the bathroom and put on their makeup so they don't look like goblins, and you just see the middle stall open and just stone cold.
Hey, buddy, what you doing?
There is one more voice, but you guys have only interacted with him once, and that was first episode, maybe second episode, and that's hey, this is Zablob. How you doing? Darling, come on, buy my wares. My tchotchkes, my baubles, everything's purple.
We need to go visit him again. We need more crappy purple stuff.
Do we know?
We need more crappy
I'm
purple
still
stuff.
wearing my mood ring, by the way, so
Yeah.
fan artists, include my mood ring, please.
Next fan art, the mood ring's gonna be so big it covers your face.
Yeah, I just want like a nice mood ring, and I needed to match the emotion. No, it's just always red.
Yeah, always red.
I'm always angry.
So I have a question from @NotSoLittle77. This one's for Logan. What, if anything, could happen that would make Voss a non-homicidal person? Bonus, how would Voss react to his old captain coming to see him?
I can't answer the latter question.
All right, that's fair.
That's fair.
The former question, Voss would have to complete the reason why he's here.
All right.
Which you also can't tell us.
Which I also
Joss, you
can't
can't
tell.
reveal. We
Oh,
can
it's
reveal the
exciting.
story, guys.
I'm sorry for being vague, but
No.
No, yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's good.
I
That's
can
good.
say this. I can say this. It's not spoilery. Hints have been dropped. There have been touches and notes on Voss's character throughout all of the first year. So if you want to go back and watch everything, take
And you
notes.
should.
You might pick up on a little something.
Definitely, like if you go back and watch the Sets and Zeros and then go back through, a lot more of the decisions like we made make a lot more sense.
I will go ahead
added
and
so much to my notes.
I will go ahead and say this: Voss has hated every captain he has ever served under.
Ooh.
All
right.
all of them. So
I mean,
Full of a lot of hate.
one of them blew up a ship.
one of
No
them
wonder
did
you
blow up the
left.
ship. Yes.
We gotta show all those captains you hate the Ronto experience.
I want to know where the name Bill Ronto came from.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I
great
can answer
story.
that question. So the first time I played D&D was with these two goobers, and we were playing a Star Wars D&D, and I played a straight murder hobo because I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just
Love it.
I was like, get into the escape pod. Not everybody's there yet. Well, I would like to press the button to make the escape pod go out into the city. DM stopped me. What are you gonna do? And that was it was literally our friend going, okay, it doesn't work. It was just like, but I'm pressed the button. I want to make it go. So he came up with this stupid pseudonym. That was because we were in nondescript Space Wars game, shirt game, and somebody who had his profile in front of him asked him what his name was and said, "I'm Bill Ronto," and there was an awkward pause like this one, and he said, "Roll a deception check," and I was like, "That's a 5." But I was like, I'm going to make this work no matter what. So I was like, I'm Bill Ronto to everyone. And it culminated in this beautiful place where we were in front of like a warlord of grand repute. One of the most intelligent people in the game.
What's your name?
Yes, I was like, I rolled a deception check, got natural 20. I said, my name is Bill Ronto. It was a grand moment, and that was where the name came from.
And so
I
in
love
session
it.
0,
Yeah.
no,
Session
it was
zero.
session 0.
Session
It
zero.
was definitely in Session
I've
Zero.
just never heard
Seisha.
the name
Why don't you
Ronto.
give them your full name?
And
Bill.
so
Paris.
Yep.
Ronto.
why make something new when you got just a big
Yeah.
giant
Well, you
golden
got
nugget?
you got a slam dunk on your hands. You don't just pass it up for a layup. Like you go with a slam dunk.
Yeah, oh, every time.
Oh yeah, there you go.
All right.
So good.
I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Eladria. And actually, Strike Reddit just also asked the same thing. Whole cast, what's your favorite ship within the group?
Ooh.
I don't think about this sort of thing often. That's more for that side of the room. This side.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
This side of the room,
I think
the
it's
fun
more
one.
so that side of the room.
I think it is. I think it's definitely.
I know the one everyone's thinking about.
Well, I think it's pretty obvious that it's between Bob, Bush, and Biblio.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's a three-way with that because Earl is also involved.
Earl
Yeah,
is involved.
Earl's getting
Earl
on
is
it
very
now.
someday.
Honestly,
in a
Bob
puzzle.
is starting to feel neglected by Biblio and has been going to Earl for help, and they've really formed a bond.
Bob is a cheap floozy. I'm just saying.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. Bob is a very
Whoa.
Bob just knows what Bob wants.
emotional living
Magical
thing
being.
I got
and
one.
potentially magical.
This is what I'm about to say is very offensive. I'm sorry, I don't really mean it. But have you seen what Bob's wearing? Purple? Come on.
I'm sorry, but Bob is purple. There's a difference.
Oh,
What is
I
your?
actually do have one.
What's that?
Venli and Fala.
Oh.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, totally.
I think everybody's thinking that one for sure.
I still think Harold and Boss is a good one. Only
Everybody-
because
No judgment.
I think it's funny. And I think it's funny that all of our characters were like, yeah. Like that
Like
makes,
everybody on the team
that
was
makes
like,
sense.
I like how everybody was like, really like, how do we approach about this? And both of them were like, we're not. It's not a big deal.
No.
Like, they weren't like offended or anything. They were just like, no.
I really wish that 3 Strings and V got together.
Same.
I do too. I am so disappointed that
would've
didn't work
been-
out. That would have been
You know,
so good.
Seriously
been
though,
so
like
good.
what would y'all? Oh my god, that would have been awful. Because the thing is that like it was set up in such a way to where I could have continued to she could have continued to date him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like V ain't into that weak shit.
Harold's
Yeah.
gonna be like,
Pocket sand.
you're my friend, I can't do this to you. Meanwhile, if it was V in my situation, just like a particularly large green man, just slamming.
Slamming some Norse god back and forth.
It's just an amazing bulk of a man. Anyway,
DMs,
killer.
did you guys know at session 0 who the Harlequin was, or did you come up with that down the road?
Again, there are certain, like, the campaign's great, but certain NPCs are not very fleshed out, and we wanted to flesh one out.
I hate you.
It's kind
Wait,
of
so
handy
that
they're
was
like that,
on the
though.
way
So
you
did you-
guys decided?
No. That's when we were looking at 3 Strings. We're like, oh, this is going to be Harold's best friend. Harold has a very troubled past. It's going to be his...
Arch enemy.
Yeah.
So the answer to the
From the
question is
beginning?
yes, you
Yeah.
did know from the
From the
beginning?
beginning.
Okay.
From the beginning.
No, let me.
the beginning.
Well,
The
fuck y'all.
line. When we were having the meeting, about
Yeah.
joining the
Harpers.
Harpers, he drops the line that sometimes it's important not to reveal things until the proper times they are to be revealed.
Yeah.
I went back and watched. I watched the clips a lot, guys, because
Yeah.
I have a very low attention span. So I go to the clips to get all the best little bits. And I was going through after I found out, and you can go to those clips and you can see some fucking hints in the clips. So now I'm going back through and just the whole damn thing. So
Yeah.
Another one that you can watch is, I believe, yes, the Rose or the Harlequin. I forget who exactly says it, that I can have my people around you and never know who they are.
yep.
Yeah.
Devin and I
Oh.
love.
Disgusting.
I'm pretty sure that was the rose in the carriage.
Probably.
Probably, I
I'm
think
pretty
it
sure
was
that was
I
it.
know I put the
Did
line
you
in.
did you guys expect me to talk shit about the Harlequin right there to the
No,
Rose?
no.
That was kind of a work of beauty.
It was.
Straight up.
I was like, this is either gonna blow up in my face or I'm gonna look like the baddest ass in this entire game.
I wonder why the Rose was so calm.
Yeah.
Devin and I love to sprinkle in, like, I will tell you, there is so much, like, in between the lines,
Oh, yeah.
story elements
I love
since
trying to
session
figure
0.
this out. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
she's
get
great at
the
it, too.
obvious stuff.
Yep.
It goes straight over my head, but
Yeah.
little nuances, I'm like, meh.
We love them. My favorite aspects of a storyteller is
Easter eggs.
years down the road when a certain, like, in the same story, this one thing happens, you think back and go, holy shit, the whole time?
Or
He's the master. These
Yeah.
two are really
Yeah.
the masters of that. They're
it's one
so
of my
good at
favorite
it.
things.
it's so
He's
much
caught me
fun.
with this so many fucking times.
It's so much fun
It is great.
because of those moments earlier that we were talking about where a player will say something to another player, or in this case, an NPC, where like you're striking chords that you don't even know yet.
Yep.
And the
Remind me to
reveals.
tell you about my new theory.
Okay.
I told Rhea, she liked it.
I told them
I-
in the car.
I will say, being on the crew side and being able to watch you guys do all of this and hit on those notes that I've seen, because since I was involved with both the Session 0 recordings and all, just watching you guys hit on those little notes and those little character beats is amazing. And I'm sure the viewers are right alongside with me as you guys journey through all of this craziness.
so
But it is fantastic to watch all of you guys play off each other. So,
I like
just
this question.
speaking for the viewers, I just
Another.
want to throw that. Well, actually, I have one here for you.
Oh.
From Lauren, i.e. Ubi Crazy.
Oh,
Oboe.
crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oboe. Excuse me. Oboe.
It's an instrument.
It is.
She's a jail bard.
Beyond the guy who stabbed him, if Harold could find out one thing about his time in the bag, what would it be?
God.
This is gonna be canon.
I guess that the answer would probably be where he and her were at the height of their power and what they were doing with it. Because he came back with this idea that, like, there's this great scene I really liked. It was one of my favorite deliveries, and I don't normally praise myself, but I was really proud of this. Was when I was saying, the point I was making when it was like, we should be better than them. We are better than them. Are we? They're dead. And the thing Harold was getting at was the winner of the fight decides how the story ends. That it doesn't matter who was good or bad because we won, so we make the story now.
I would say the person who records the fight, but whatever.
That
So
person
Harold
killed
went
too.
into the bag believing that that's how it works. Whoever wins the fight is the good guy because they can say whatever the fuck and the story exists as that.
To the victor go the spoils.
Yeah, exactly. He went in, and whatever happened on the other side, he came back out with this thought that every person deserves a chance, even when the chance isn't presented. Like, you can't expect every person to pull themselves up. Sometimes they need help, and I'm the only one who's experienced the life to do that. And he wants to know, at the height of my power, what was I doing with it? Because he doesn't know what to do with the power he has now. He's like, I don't know how to be a good guy. Like, the Harlequin, do I arrest him? Do I kill him? This is like my best friend. What do I do with this guy? But probably he thinks to himself, enough's enough with the Harlequin.
What was the other line? Mercy is not for monsters or something
Yeah,
like that?
mercy's for men. Monsters get put down.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah.
How would old Harold have approached the Harlequin versus new Harold?
Old Harold would have probably... I don't think there's any way for Harold to deny his shock. I don't think he could have faked that. Mm-hmm. But I think Harold would have very much been... And I think that if Three Strings knows as much as I think he does, Harold would have been trying to be gunning for an opportunity to stab him in the back during the mission. Mm-hmm. Now, he's looking for a way to probably trick him and think of a way to outsmart him while they're out and about so that he's left knowing, I was always a little bit better than you in school, still a little bit better than you now.
Nice. At the Hogwarts Jedi, this is for the entire party, is there one situation that your character has been in that you wish you could go back and change?
Ooh. I could selfishly say yes to the hag deal, but no. What a great character change. I don't think I'd change a damn thing. Every single mistake was awesome. Every single good thing was awesome. I've been in games where you just get overwhelmed with terrible things happening to you, and that is not happening here. I love every mistake. I love every good thing. I would say I have zero regrets, even when I've made mistakes that I think everybody knows I made. So that's my thing.
Nice.
No regrets. I wouldn't change a damn thing.
No regrets.
No regrets.
What?
That's the thing I heard yesterday. A whipping.
A
whipping.
I gotcha. The one thing I would change, which was the reason I went down to the cellar in the first place, was I would have attempted to, if it had gone better my way, convince the rat dude because that's such a valuable source of information. The fight that followed was pretty interesting, but I didn't go down there with the intention of fighting that thing. I figured I'm just going to speak to it, and if it's amiable, we can use it. Mm-hmm. And if it's not, I'll run upstairs like a coward and, and shut the door behind me. Which I thought,
and it was a good thing. And what Voss didn't know is that it had been locked in there for days, weeks.
Yeah.
And,
Definitely days.
And it was
Starving,
and food opened the door, and so it was in a frenzy at that point.
And you started with the cheese, and it was like, oh, this is good, but you look
This
tastier.
is a nice appetizer.
Yeah. And so there was, and that's why there was no reasoning with it. It was hunger.
I hate that, and I wish Voss had some experience with lycanthropy, but there would be no reason I wouldn't just try to spear that thing immediately.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Because that was a crit.
Yeah, that was a crit.
Yeah.
That was
It
a
was-
crit.
That would have probably taken
Nothing.
off half of its HP in a
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Nada.
Right.
I'm along the similar vein of thinking of Ethan, where I like my mistakes. I like everything that happens. Even if I'm fumbling over my words, it's how I'm feeling in the time where it's happening. But I think if Vinley could go back and change something, it would be knocking on everyone's door in the alley during the alley fight. I think that's one of her biggest regrets that she still thinks about every day, is she would remain completely silent. She would not make a scene, and she would tell people to stay inside.
Goblin.
Mine is actually the product of an out-of-game choice. When we had just gone through the big emotional, oh God, the stained glass window, and when I went to sleep that night, I had a dream, and I was too out of it to follow and pursue the dream. So I was like, you just skip to someone else. I can't even brain right now. I would have loved to proceed through that. That's really my only regret.
Catkins.
I feel like playing V is sometimes like challenging because there's a lot of things she wants to say but doesn't always know how to go about saying it. So I feel like me as the player sometimes comes across with like, how well do I communicate? How should I communicate? And I feel like a lot of what V like thinks and feels and wants to communicate kind of gets lost in that. And I know there's a lot of things she's wanted to say to people like within the party that like I feel like maybe should have been communicated a little sooner.
Like, boss, you suck.
Well, so the thing about V's thing with boss, like, pretty much started early on as she noticed how much he just like genuinely doesn't care about whether or not he puts us like in troubles or harm's way at all. And boss has only ever, because I counted the whole time, boss has only ever been nice to V once, and that was when he gave her candy so that the kids wouldn't think she was an oaf. So, like...
a monster.
Yeah. He literally...
Nice save there.
He literally called her, like, a monster, where she was like, I didn't realize the kids were scared of me. And it felt like a backwards compliment, and she took that, like, pretty harshly, but, like, I don't think anyone really watching or listening or whatever remembers that. But I know that V does, and I just feel like there's a lot of things that I have been internalizing as a character that I haven't been expressing as much as I could.
Volinar's Workshop has
Hey.
a question. Have any of you played these characters before D4? And or what inspired you to choose these characters for D4?
I'll start. I've never played Herald before. I'm big on playing new characters a lot and like wanting to try new things and explore new avenues. I wanted to play a character who hit all the high notes of what I feel I'm strongest as. I was like, if I'm gonna be, I'm a show for Dungeons and Dragons itself and Wizards of the Coast. I want to be putting my best foot forward, and what I do best is talky characters that talk a lot, characters that make a lot of jokes, characters that wear masks, the characters that have the duality of I'm really, really funny, I'm really, really serious. And I wanted to hit all the notes that I think were the reasons they asked me to be on the show in the first place. So I wasn't going to be like, I'm going to be a stoic fighter. Like, no, that's not going to
A
fucking
character
happen.
that likes to push big red buttons.
Yes. Yes. That's not a character trait. That's an Ethan trait. So yeah, that's why I play
I mean, you
Herald.
said what you're best at playing.
Yeah. Oh, and I also I'd always heard previously that Bard was the weakest class, and so I was instantly like,
Not in 5.
yeah.
correct.
And so when I met
Previous.
with Dustin was like, yeah, no, that's not the case anymore, buddy. He's like, you don't have to worry about anything playing Bard.
Yep.
So I'm pretty happy with my choice too. So.
Catkins?
So I specifically picked a barbarian because I had never played a character. I haven't played a barbarian or any sort of class that involves just like brute strength. I'm very used to playing like sorcerers, warlocks, wizards. I've done like rangers and rogues and stuff, but I've never just been like picked a character where I can just run into the front lines and just kind of either be a tank or just strength.
You
And
are
general.
both.
DPS.
Yeah.
And I'm both. So, I also kind of wanted to change because also the characters I'm very used to playing in D&D tend to be kind of evil and awful and have like indirectly killed a lot of people. Like a lot of people in a lot of campaigns. And that's just kind of, I'm very used to playing very selfish characters, and I really wanted to try something. I wanted to play a character that like, she kind of has her own, like, I only think of me tendencies at times, but she truly, really does care about those around her. And honestly, I feel like her personal selfishness is also just kind of part of, like, her low intelligence. It's kind of like a take on the bumbling barbarian.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of the best things about your character is, like, normally when people play the bumbling, dumb
Like the
barbarian,
dumb
it's like,
barbarian.
oh, me,
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
and-
jock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you are the opposite. You're like this super,
the Valley
like...
Girl.
No, she's the Valley Girl cheerleader.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is what, people are like, I want a big, strong, dumb barbarian. I'm like, you got a big, strong, dumb barbarian.
Yeah,
It's just a little different.
It's-
A little
yeah.
different.
I pretty much, one thing I did keep the same is I'm always used to playing rich and aristocratic characters.
It's such an
it's
interesting
honestly
take on barbarian.
something I am very, very used to doing. I just kind of wanted to play with the flavor of like a barbarian in this take, but I was like, but I kind of want her to be like a rich girl. Like, I thought it would be really fun to be like a cheerleader that can beat the shit out of you.
And I will say that was kind of a wrench before the game was even written. When we were creating these characters with them, where we met at a little bakery and had them roll their characters and stuff like that. And she was like, I want to be a Goliath. I want to be a barbarian. We're like, cool. And I want to be a noble. And we're like,
That meme of the guy who's just like, I'm sorry?
I imagine like that woman with all the math in front of her. Like,
But I will say it has like led us to develop a story of Waterdeep that hasn't been told before, and
Yeah.
it's
I
a lot
love-
of fun as far as writing aspect of storytelling aspect.
I love that we have been able to create like this whole new like type of person in Waterdeep.
Yes.
And I really, really enjoy that. I really like the backstory. I know when we first talking about it, I kept comparing my character to Moana. And I was like, dang it, I just keep bringing it back to this. But really, I wanted it to be more aristocratic versus like, forced, you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great dynamic to see
Tribal.
that
Sword.
as well, because it's so uncommon to see an intelligent or just a barbarian that has
Money.
Yeah,
something,
because-
A sophisticated.
a force of charisma behind them.
And typically when they have money, they're just like, oh, what do I do with this? 25 gold for a sandwich? That sounds reasonable.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's like, no, I know what to do
no.
with gold.
Yeah.
I know,
I'm just
I
going
know
to gamble it all.
Well, that's the thing is, I think about, the way I saw my family is they're technically new money. They're not old money. So
Correct.
they're not throwing
Yeah.
it around. They're saving it. They're really stingy people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I imagine that she was raised in an environment where it's like, yeah, we have all this money, but we're not just going to give it to everybody. But like she also holds that, but also is like, but I still want to help. But I also am like, I need to make sure I survive. And I should hold on to all this gold. So she always has the most gold out of everyone because she'll buy selfish things that she wants, where she's like, that dress is pretty. I want that. Like she makes impulse, selfish shopping decisions versus decisions to help the group.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's selfish. The better you look, the better we're represented as a whole.
So what about you?
Honestly, I wanted to make a character that would have a lot of potential for growth.
That's so legit.
And so I thought, well, somebody who's been very sheltered and cloistered and not had a lot of experience with the world would be
The easiest to mold.
the character that would have a chance to develop the most, and that
She really is.
the
developing.
team
yeah.
would basically shape what she becomes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Broken.
like a twig. But she's got traits from characters that I played at LARPs. She's got a little bit of Portia, which I'm sure you've noticed, and she's got a little bit of a character that I played in Shattered Isles season 2, named Channing Stillman, who is very bookish. But yeah, it was basically I wanted to play something I'd never played, so I went Paladin. And,
Yeah.
that's kind of opposite of what I've played in every game. And it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. Logan?
Oh, no. This is the first time I've actually played straight D&D that hasn't been part of nondescript shirt wars. So that was all my experience that was in that. I never played a rogue or anything like that. However, Voss does have comparable traits to the first character I ever played later in the campaign, Leroux. Leroux was this sniper who was also morally compromised and introduced a very... The best way to describe him is that his own goals were above those of the people around him, and they all stemmed from a deep-rooted bitterness and hatred. Yeah. And, well, he hated people with magic swords.
That's
there you go.
The emotional height of that was Dustin's character and my character fighting to the death, essentially.
Oh, such a good moment.
Who
Yeah.
Sunblade.
It began and it was going through really good motions, and then our DM kind of panicked when he realized that we were going to kill each other.
We were going to fight to the
We were going to kill each other.
Our characters
Like,
would do this. And
yeah, we were going to go through with this. It's like I was ready to die, and I know Dustin was ready to die, and then our DM was like, "I know none of this is happening."
I'm not ready for this.
No, but that kind of.
It's a nice DM. Mine are always trying to kill us.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're looking at you
Well,
guys.
not you guys, but my.
crush your soul.
Well, yeah.
But originally, like I said, like the dude we played in the pirate campaign, that's who I was going to play in the main campaign.
Oh.
Was Happy Adventure Cat.
Oh,
Awesome.
And then, yeah, that was going to be what it was. And then you guys asked me to play, kind of like put a little more thought into it. And so I started pulling aspects of, like, that from it. And, you know, so there are
great.
aspects of it. Thank you.
Nice.
I love him. He's awesome.
Rhea?
I actually have played Vinley before in a home game. I originally created her for a home game with my brother-in-law, and he told us to make a cohesive party. So I chose to make a necromancer that was out to like show everyone that necromancy isn't inherently evil, while being very fantasy racist towards everything. And I put like my heart and my soul into this character. Only for like 3 weeks into this game, we got a mission, we went out, we did it, and we found out there was a war happening in a human city. And my character would not have cared. She did not care. And I went into the session knowing, like, if they don't say the right things, Vinley is going to walk away. And they didn't say the right things, and Vinley walked away. So I got to get my footing in this character and feel how she played and like really meld myself with her, because there's a lot of her background and everything that I've based a lot about myself, and I just wanted to play this character because she has such a good story that I can't wait to tell, and she's just a badass.
Yeah,
How is that bringing Vinley for you, bringing her from another campaign into this one? How was that process? What is that process like for you?
It was very scary because I didn't know what the party was going to think of her. Like, I wasn't scared for Vinley by herself because I knew she could stand on her own 2 feet, and she was confident enough to just go out and do things. And what I was most worried about was I'm like a very notorious like social media like FBI agent essentially, and I can find out information about things really easily. And I found this weird glitch where I actually got to see these people's classes before anyone else did, and I was very scared of Seisha because all I saw was that she was a paladin, and I was like, this is going to end horribly. But once we started playing, I realized not only did we get like along perfectly, but the party makeup of this game is actually a lot like the party makeup of the home game that I ran her in. So it was very easy to just reskin a couple things and just get it going in this lore and in this world.
Yeah, she's not 100%, but she's about, I would say, 95.
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah.
There was a couple of small tweaks that we had to be like,
Yeah.
that's not really
Yeah.
going to work.
And it was it was
course.
like now more is that I've played a year in her in this way than opposed to like maybe a month in the other way, and she has grown in such different directions. If y'all get to meet the Vinley from the home game, you would kill her because she is so much more evil and dark because she didn't get accepted by people. She got shunned by them almost.
I'm just going to point out we
Oh,
haven't
man.
killed Voss yet.
Yeah,
I mean,
shockingly.
That's fair. I'm
So-
still running around.
I haven't
I must
committed
say,
genocide, as far as you know.
As far
just
as
assumed
we
you have.
know.
I
thought
did just
that was
remember how V
assumed.
wasn't actually my first choice as a character, which I don't know if I told you guys this, but I originally tried to character Jack, a character from Sammy, because she played this, and I asked her permission. I was like, can I play this character? And she was just like, no. But, but also, I couldn't do it anyways because I originally actually wanted to be a bard. But then you already picked being a bard, so I was like, okay, because I was still in that idea of I want to pick something I've never played. I have never played a bard before. And so, but then I was like, well, this is a perfect opportunity to pick something like way wildly different from what I'm used to. But that character originally was vanilla. And
Oh yes, you
vanilla! And I've not, I don't know if like, I think you've noticed, but there was like maybe once or twice in one of our sessions throughout the past year, I like nodded to like the existence of vanilla
Well,
and
it's because
the Spice Girls in our world.
when Ray played Petunia, she had her autograph book, and Sammy signed it as Vanilla.
Yes.
Yes, and
And-
you
and
like
V-
freaked out
Yes.
in and out of
Play.
play.
I was like,
Yeah.
vanilla! Yeah, and so I just really, really want Sammy to play vanilla. I
Is that
character.
why you created Cinnamon?
Yes.
Okay.
Because she's part of, so it's part of the Spice Girls. They're spices. But Spice Girls is, we played in a
Spice.
one shot at one point. I
Got
created
it.
a character named Cinnamon that was like a brutish kind of version of vanilla. I just wanted to have fun with that. But yes, she's hysterical. So the backstory of this character is that she thinks she's super famous because she was part of a famous pop group. It was a girl band, so
Yep,
they're
yep.
all musicians. And she was the tambourine.
Oh god.
Because she can't play anything, but she's like the sister of one of the people in the group, so they let her be part of it. And she can't sing for shit. And they eventually kicked her out because she was like insisting on being one of the lead singers. And they're like, you can't sing. So all of her damage that she deals is involving with her voice being awful and singing.
Oh, so it's like her performance is really terrible. Oh my god.
So like, was it like dissonant whispers or
Yeah.
whatever?
Yeah.
She'll just like, yeah, she just like fucks people up with her
I'm
awful
so glad you chose me.
Nice.
Yeah.
musical
I feel
ability.
like that two bards in the party would be a very
just-
interesting dynamic.
And I just really want Sammy to play this character because it was so good and my character killed her and I feel really bad.
So come back.
Well, maybe.
What's
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who
You
knows?
never know what,
Who knows? You
Yeah,
never know what the DM's
my
gonna
old
pull out.
warlock character killed vanilla. Never be the same.
From Babs the Bat at the
Yes.
DMs. What made you want to create D4 and stream a D&D game?
Oh man.
So the story.
Yeah. So I'll take that. I was coming toward the end of my campaign that I ran last, which was I ran Out of the Abyss, Rage of Demons.
Oh my god.
And I went to LA for the Stream of Many Eyes, and I did that event, and I got the bug, and I came back, and I was like, hey, what do you guys think about streaming? And then talked to Devin, I was like, what do you think about streaming the next game? What do you, or like, we'll put up some cameras at the table, it'll just be us having fun at the
House.
At
And
the
he's
house.
like, what about co-DM? We ran a LARP
Yeah.
together for 10 years. And we work well together. Let's try that. It's something new and different. I was like, yeah, sure. It's at the house. It'll be easy. Whatever.
Yep, and then we just kept growing and building, and we kept, we kept asking people for things, and they never told us no. So,
Not a single person.
and so so then we were like,
Scary.
well, now we got to nut up or shut up.
Yeah. it literally was put money where the mouth is and see what you guys do because you put yourself in this corner you better fight your way out,
Yeah.
and that's what we did.
And so
Hell
we,
yeah.
we were very particular with our cast of who we wanted to play, and we got every single person that we wanted on.
Yay!
And the only person that we didn't get is a regular occurring player because she lives in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And it's funny though because I almost didn't join this game like 5 or 6 times in a row.
Really?
And it was I was so nervous. There were so many things I was like.
you were
I
nervous?
Yeah, I know, right? But I was just like, there were so many reasons I should not do this, and all my friends, and thank all of you, and you all know exactly who you are. They all pushed me to stick with it, and I did.
I want to say thank you to all the people that didn't say no. Because now we're here.
Now we're
Yeah.
here, and
Yeah.
we're
It's
doing
amazing.
this.
And I will say, while y'all were talking about it, because little known fact that I don't say every 5 seconds, I am Dustin's cousin. So I was there playing in Rage of Demons when this idea that they had sprouted out of nowhere, kind of, and like I was there when they started like talking about things. And I have this unnatural ability to be in a room while people are talking about things and them not notice it. So I got to know a lot of the information, and I remember helping them with like a little bit of like questions that y'all had, and I would answer them, but there was never a thought in my mind that was telling me that they would ask me.
I'm really
Because
glad they did.
I was just his kid cousin playing D&D. And I think the reason I got on the show was because I cry at the top of a pit.
I will say this. All the players that we have, you are correct. We got very lucky. But they weren't. This wasn't the Out of the Abyss Rage of Demons crew.
No.
We know all of these people from different games, different
aspects.
situations, different periods of our life. And
I only knew Dustin coming into this.
I knew Dustin and Ethan, and that was it.
I only knew these two, and the only way I knew Ethan was because he beat me to death with a baseball bat while laughing in the middle of a dark field.
Yeah,
At a lark.
At a lark.
At a lark.
She got better.
But
Fucking.
we chose every member of our cast because they shined when we met them, when we interacted with them and played with them in those games, and we really couldn't have asked for a better cast. It's amazing.
Absolutely not.
Aw, guys.
Couldn't ask for better DMs.
Right?
I think we'll do one more question.
Only one more?
No,
Then-
it
It was so much fun.
I know.
Let's see.
We should record like the questions.
One,
we
maybe
didn't
2
get
more
to.
questions. Maybe two
Two
more
more.
questions.
Okay, 2 more
Alright.
questions.
First one, dream guest star on the show.
If I could have anybody,
Anybody. Anybody from anywhere.
Travis.
I know mine. Really? Mine's...
Travis.
I was thinking Travis.
Which Travis?
Wait, who would Travis who?
Willingham.
Oh, not the Travis I was
Yeah,
thinking
that's
of.
why
I was also
Travis
thinking.
I was
more
thinking
like
of a
that
different
dream.
Travis.
It's okay, you can say it too.
My dream would be Griffin McElroy.
Okay.
I love him.
All right.
I gotta think about mine.
Ooh.
DMs is for you
Or
too.
Satine Phoenix. I love
That's
her.
great.
That's actually a possibility.
I'm down.
Anyone from anywhere?
Anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone?
Theodore Roosevelt.
Oh my god! He would be incredible, wouldn't
He
he?
would have so much fucking fun. He would be amazing.
Wait, you're
Like,
telling me I can punch him in the face? Yes, you can. Bully! That's what I do now!
He would be
Come
great.
forward, man!
Like, if I was going with president, I would have gone with Harding.
No, I'm.
Oh god.
Let's say-
No, Teddy.
Potential
Potential.
present day.
I would say
Someone alive today.
Chris
Okay.
Perkins would
Yeah.
definitely be
yeah.
a huge one for
Oh,
me because
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
an enormous
totally.
Chris Perkins fan. Thanks to these
He
two,
was
I got
so
to meet
nice.
him. Nice, super nice,
Oh,
very cool
God.
guy.
I met him again at PAX.
That's the next thing is the PAX crew, Penny Arcade guys. I would. Oh my god, those two, they're two of my heroes. I love. I've been reading them ever since they first came out.
There are so many people that I want to come on. I'd love to have Matt Lillard, Matt Mercer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Matt Mercer.
Lillard.
I just make Jotaro jokes the whole time.
Oh my
I would
God.
actually love to have TJ Storm. Would be. one of
Oh,
he is
yeah.
awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love TJ so much, and he is such an incredible role player,
Yeah.
and I know he would bring it to our sessions.
Man,
I like everyone from Rivals of Waterdeep.
Yes.
Yeah, any of them.
Mhm.
I can't get all of our friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
That's-
There's so
it's-
many individual friends that
yeah.
nobody at home
Yeah.
that's watching right now
It's-
knows that it's like, oh my god, if we could get this person on here.
There is there will be more guests. There will be more people, and it's because the main reason why we wanted to make D4 and play is to play Dungeons and Dragons with our friends.
Yeah.
And that's to bring on our friends to come and play. So that's really, it's just
little names, no names, big names,
doesn't matter.
all across the board.
Play
Because the
D&D.
community is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we have some friends that would be so good on this show. I want to start naming names, but I don't want to get hopes up. Just understand that if you're out there and you're thinking I'm thinking of you, I am.
A clone of myself that doesn't know the story. That's who
I would play with him.
That's who.
I want to watch your own reaction to betraying me.
Like, yo, dog, he did that.
I know you're called an asshole.
I would have done it too.
I know you're an asshole.
I wonder if I would like my clone.
What's the other?
All right. This last one is one I came up with, and this is going to be just for the players.
Okay.
And this is going to be shot in the dark theory crafting. So, as they've come to be known as the tickle monsters,
No, do not like.
the nightmare creatures. The last time you saw them, they left you alone. What do you guys think that's about?
I'll let Goblin Katie answer first because she's actually theory crafted this a lot.
Go ahead.
I think one of us is the harbinger. Ooh. And I think they are protecting us.
Oh no!
They are serving us.
I hope.
I have a
that's not
similar
it.
theory.
God, I hope
What's
that's
your
not
theory,
it.
Rhea?
I believe Rainier has been infected by the void and has some sort of ability to control those tickle monsters and was protecting us, but mainly protecting you.
Oh. Ew, protecting
He just ran up right after they left.
Yeah.
Immediately.
No, he did.
Voss doesn't know shit about magic. Or whatever the hell those things are. Only that the thing that summoned them can die, as I killed it before. But
All right.
there is a thought in the back of his mind that, and it has to do with who has the third eye, being held by a noble house we don't know. He believes that he has a theory that there are a limited number of people who know we're looking for the stone. And he believes that noble house is the one sending those creatures. He has no proof of this, and he has no idea how. Quiet your mouth. Jesus.
I hadn't even thought of that.
Yes, they are evil.
Yeah, but he doesn't know specifically which one, and he's not going to make a move without proof. But his thought process is like, there are a limited number of people who know we are looking for the stone, and if they are looking for the stone, they must have one of the eye. It makes logical sense. So that's kind of where he's going with this, because in Voss's mind, we got to complete the stone. So we got to get all that shit.
Katie, do you have any?
Honestly, I was pretty much like, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I guess I'll figure it out one day. I was thinking like there was something up with Seisha because of her like atonement.
Yeah.
Depends on what
Whatever.
you're saying.
To the stone and whatever, and that somehow like that makes her like a now special evil. She's also got the whole tentacle shit.
Yeah, I was about to say,
going
or that
on.
other special
She's
ability.
got a lot
really
of
want a
weird.
hug.
Seisha's got a lot of weird, like, dark stuff about her that leads me to believe that it doesn't fully surprise me that something dark might be protecting her because of that. I feel like I don't know if she's infected with something or what, but there is something happening. I don't know what it is.
I'm sure it's fine.
I think, and I try not to theory craft ever because I don't think Harold would. Harold's a very what's happening now kind of
Live
guy.
in the moment.
Yeah, he doesn't think far ahead, which is why he's not going to have any sort of way of protecting himself from, because like if the Harlequin came out, like your gut instinct would be like, oh, the smart thing to do is pretend like I always knew and I'm not fucking worried and roll my enormous deception, but Harold won't because he's like, holy fuck, I just got betrayed. Oh my god, my best friend, my third,
Other.
fourth, fifth, way low. I have lots of best friends.
Other
Dave.
best friend.
But even thinking about it, I've always thought Rainier was the harbinger, and that something terrible has to happen to him in order to bring whatever evil thing is out.
I get it.
That's what I think.
I get it. V just has really bad taste.
I don't think I don't think Rainier.
Whatever.
To clarify,
your
I don't think
track
Rainier is a
record's not
bad
good.
guy pretending to be a good guy. I think Rainier has a thing about his past he doesn't know that a lot of other very powerful people do. And I think that at the end of the day, they're going to rip out his heart or something and call him on.
I feel like V is gonna be like Xander from Buffy, where it's like, why can't I just date someone normal? Like, why are they all demons?
Somebody said earlier she wanted to play Barbarian Buffy.
And honestly, that is pretty on brand for me. I am a huge like Buffy fan. When I made the character, I didn't initially think Buffy, and then later I thought about it, and I'm like, fuck, I'm just Buffy.
And a 10-second answer to the question I saw in chat.
Buffy.
A 10-second question I answered I saw in chat.
Yeah.
So somebody asked what the most anxiety-inducing thing was, and it was, without a doubt, her getting eaten by fish. Petunia getting eaten by fish.
The swamp, the hag,
Yeah.
the deal with the hag.
There you go. That's their 10-second answer.
Every
Petunia
time-
getting eaten by fish. I was like, we're gonna fucking lose a guest.
Do you guys want, as a party, to explore the wider world outside of Waterdeep?
Yeah. I know V wants
Anything
to.
they will make for us, I will take.
Yeah.
Honestly, V really, truly wants to leave the city. I feel like that's not a spoiler. It's just kind of how she is. She hasn't really voiced it, but she really wants to. She just knows that she can't do it on her own, and she feels trapped in a group that just wants to stay. And she's like, I don't want to stay, but she's like, I guess we will, because this is my group, so I guess I'm gonna do it. And also, I don't want to leave Harold.
At some point, I'm dragging all of y'all to Candlekeep. I mean, that's,
I
that's
don't
just a
mind-
thing.
I don't mind moving outside of Waterdeep, but I would like to hope that the main story centralizes on the city.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
This is our home.
there is a town Voss has to go to, and it has been hinted in previous streams.
All right.
And he has to go there at some point in time in order to complete what he needs to do.
Yeah,
And it's outside of Waterdeep.
I just know V really wants to go out and meet and discover and learn about like other existing Goliath tribes and whatnot to try to piece
that would be
That would be cool.
her shit
That would be
together.
a cool art,
she
guys.
just
Oh, hey, I wonder what the swamp was.
excuse
You
me.
shut your mouth about that place.
The swamp is gross.
We don't speak of that place.
Damn Crocs.
You don't know you're not descended from swamp monsters.
I think I do because my grandmother would have told me.
NPCs lie.
Maybe.
See that all about the
We
swamp.
are more mountain people. We are not swamp people.
You
We are
don't
mountain
know that.
people.
You don't know that.
I don't
It
know.
could
You're
be.
like you're
Yeah.
camouflaged.
At least-
Naturally.
You're
On my
pretty
mom's
tan.
side, I'm mountain people.
Maybe you guys are just all monsters. Maybe you're all the harbingers.
I mean,
I have
I'm not
monster
gonna
stats.
argue.
I have a whole
Who knows?
monster stat block.
A-okay with that.
I am good
Uh,
and sweet and innocent.
I want to say thank you to you guys because it's because of your donations and questions and everything that we got to do this today. So
It was so
thank
much
you
fun.
all
It was
so
amazing.
much.
We have to do
This
this
is
again.
so awesome. Thank you, viewers.
Guys.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, all of those things. We are going to take a brief break. This is the end of the Q&A. We are
have to
going to
get
take a
out
brief
now.
break. The cast of players is going to get kicked out while the DMs work with you guys to create a magic item and an NPC. So,
Give me a one.
here we are.
You already have like 3 wands.
Those are from dead people.
How are we doing this? Are we just getting up and going?
It's all going to be
No,
up to
no,
you
no.
guys, and you guys are working with them. They're going to help walk you through the process. You're going to help give them ideas, and we'll see what you guys can create for the players and how
Help us! Help us!
show up.
Love God, please
You
help
could
us.
you could help them, or you could
Help us!
you could have fun.
I think
have fun
you
with
should
them.
make a magic grappling hook for Voss. That's just my
The
suggestion.
grappling hook I
Grappling
have.
pants.
Magic grappling
All right.
hook.
Yeah, it really is.
Like it auto winds itself up.
I don't know if I trust that.
That's
Thank
just
you,
called
guys.
mechanical.
And
Thank you
we'll-
guys. We'll be back in a few minutes, and
For about
yeah.
10 minutes or so. So hang around. We'll be right back with just the two of us. And all of you. All right. That's the 6th time I had the pants on, and
I'm telling you.
It's.
It doesn't matter what holiday occasion, it just it clashes with everything.
But I mean.
Oh, hey,
Oh.
we're back
Hello.
with our fireside chat.
I did not see you there.
You're
my neck
here
is
to.
all kinds of like
Oh my God.
gone.
So you're here to help us create an NPC and a magic item that the players will encounter and possibly obtain. So
That's weird.
stop looking at yourself.
It's I can just see
Okay.
my.
So
my
we're gonna start
nifty
with the
neck.
NPC first. First off is race. There's a plethora of races.
Hold on, wait. Let me pull up D&D Beyond, and we're gonna build this character live using D&D Beyond.
Yep, their character creator is awesome. So we're gonna click that Standard builder.
There we go.
We're gonna do.
We'll gonna kind of come up and we're going to races.
Yep.
So go ahead and in chat, start listing some races.
We'll try and see which one's the most popular. Let's go through the races, see, just to remind people.
See what we got. We got Aarakocra, we got Aasimar, and different sub-races of Aasimar, which we can get into if we choose a race like that has that. We have...
I knew that was going to come. He wants that dwarf.
Yeah, look at that. There it is. That's funny. We have Dragonborn, we have Dwarf, we have many different types of elves. We have Furbolg, Genasi, and the various types of Genasi. We have gnomes, goblins, Goliaths, half-elves, half-orcs, halflings, humans, Kinku. I'm going to go through all these that aren't allowed in our game.
Go up. That one's allowed.
Yeah, the Lokatha.
Yeah, the fish people.
Fish people. Yeah. We have
A Minotaur, because Minotaurs have been established.
Yep, Minotaur has been established. We have Tabaxi, Tieflings, Turtles, Tritons. That's not. That's pretty much it. That's what we got.
Yeah, there's a lot more races on D&D Beyond, but some are for other settings or don't work within our story.
Let's go ahead and...
So we're kind of going with a lot of the standard races, but we do have a couple of the non-standard. Let's see what we have. So,
we've got some dwarves. We got changeling. Changeling.
Yep.
Is one normally from Eberron, but we would allow
Doppelganger
that.
I see on there, but that is not an actual.
Yeah, it would be more of it would be a changeling, not
it'd
a.
have to be a
Triton.
I like the fish person.
Dwarf was our first one thrown out.
Hold on. If only we had a dice roller.
Ooh.
Okay. How many do we have?
A fish dwarf.
Oh my god.
We have so far 1, 2, 3, 4. A D4.
Hey, how fitting.
How fitting.
Okay, let's roll this.
And number 1. So
looks like we're rolling up a dwarf.
Looks like we're rolling up a dwarf. So we have a couple types of dwarves here. So let's we have a hill dwarf, a mountain dwarf, or even a Durgar.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. So okay. So hill, mountain, or
Durgar. Yeah. So those are our options now, Chad. We've got those. So go ahead and throw. We need mountain, hill, or Durgar, or gray dwarf if you can't spell Durgar.
Yeah, gray. Gray is fine.
Let chat figure that out. So, who's excited for the holidays? I'm excited. I got some hiatus from work.
Oh man, I wish we had hiatus. We have fun things coming.
Yeah.
That
I
you
know, right?
you all will see. Sundays we may be taking off, but Sundays we are busy.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Yep. We might be coming in January with some
new things.
Some new fun. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see. We have 2 for Mountain Dwarf so far, so that's
It's looking promising.
looking promising.
That's amazing. New lexicon. That's hilarious.
Yep.
You're actually from the swamp.
Yep. I need more. Come on, people. Let's start throwing some stuff out there. There's 20 plus of you guys in there. All right. So it looks like mountain. We got
Okay,
mountain.
a lot of people are mountain.
All right. So
All
we're
right.
gonna choose mountain dwarf. Now the fun part. We'll do that later. Let's go with their class.
What class? So, artificers are
Allowed
yes.
in our
Yep.
version of Faerun.
Like I said, the only restricted classes are going to be Wild Mage and Old gold one or deep one warlock.
But that doesn't necessarily mean it's classified for them.
That is true.
That is true. So.
Oh man, that really changes on
It
if
does.
it's helpful or hurtful.
It does. It does. So we have Artificer, Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Sorcerer, Warlock, and Wizard. Start giving me some stuff out there. Give me some classes. Oh. Petunia is a wizard.
Yes, she is a divination wizard.
Yes.
That's how she was able to save herself with the previous rolls she made at the beginning of the day.
Yes.
And
there's been many times where those roles have come in to help the BFGs. Petunia's such a fun character to come on. We love Ray so much and are so happy when she gets to come on and play with us.
Yes, so much. Let's see.
We got quite a few options here. We've had Druid, Bard, Monk, Artificer thrown in there. I'll say Sorcerer, even though you didn't say Sorcerer. We'll get to subclass next once we figure out what we're going to be.
We're going to do class first and then subclass.
Yep.
So let's see. We got 1, 2,
Give it
3,
a
4,
few more
5.
minutes. Oh, 3 strings is a bard.
Yes. Yeah, 3 strings. 3 strings is a bard. At least one level.
Yep. I have 2 for bard, 2 for artificer.
Okay.
Also, thank you all so much for joining us this evening. We hope you all have a wonderful holiday coming up.
Whichever you may celebrate.
Yep.
Because all are great.
It is indeed.
I hope you all enjoyed the Q&A because we had a blast.
Oh, so much fun. We will definitely be doing that again. Another one for Artificer, so it's looking like Artificer might be it.
Okay, let's go with Artificer.
Dwarven Artificer.
That makes sense. They're forgers, they're crafters.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
That could be fun. All right, so now we've got our Artificer.
Just got finalized also.
Just got finalized with the Eberron book, which is such a beautiful book.
Yes.
Keith Baker is phenomenal, and I've always been a huge fan of the Eberron setting.
All right, so we're going to do a subclass.
Yep.
So there's 3 different subclasses for Artificer.
We have the Alchemist, the Artillerist, and the Battlesmith. Ooh, that sounds like something pretty dwarven-y, but we'll let.
Alchemist is pretty self-explanatory. The
Artillerist has like a
turret
that comes out.
And then what is the Battlesmith?
I don't know, but Battlesmith it's already coming out strong.
Eldritch cannons.
That's definitely the artillerist. I don't know what a battlesmith is. I haven't actually looked into that one yet.
We'll click on it.
We'll have to. Don't wanna.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds strong.
Let's
go on this wild.
I don't know what it is either. It could be fun. So we got a not alchemist. So battlesmith is like animal handling ranger, but better. All right.
Okay. Oh, that actually might be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, almost everyone is saying battlesmith, so
I think we're gonna go with.
I think we're gonna go with battlesmith.
Let's read what that little.
Yeah, let's see what the old battlesmith is.
Okay.
Let's see. They have battlesmiths. Their spells. They have.
Proficiency with martial weapons.
They get a steel defender. So.
Oh, hey, that. Bilric would have been a
battlesmith.
Battlesmith, yeah.
All right, cool. So you get an automaton or some form of something. So maybe we we figure that out. We'll circle around to that. Maybe we'll figure out what that is too.
Yeah. Bilric had a dwarf. Bilric was my gnomish artificer when it was still being play tested for his Out of the Abyss game.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a giant spider mech that was real broke.
Yeah.
But I had
squishy.
I had a wild mage dwarven friend, and you may have met him tonight.
It was old Ross. Ross's character played.
And there was one rule in our group, and that was no one can cast Fireball because Fireball always ended poorly.
Nope.
And this.
Ask old Babs the Bat about that.
Yeah, yeah. He casted Fireball, so I kicked him off my spider when it was attached to the wall, 20 feet up in the air.
All right. So moving on, what do we have next?
The next one. Hold We got subclass background, I think, is next.
Background. All right, we have lots to choose from because there has been a lot of backgrounds added.
And you don't have to choose the one that seems to make the most
No,
sense.
we can literally
it can be
whatever
we want. We will make it work.
Yep. So we have acolyte, anthropologist, archaeologist. I gotta go through these. So hold on. Let me go back here. Can we turn off magic
Turn
content?
Off. You want to turn off Eberron?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't.
Yeah. True, 'cause artifacts are-
You're gonna go
we
back
might
to
get-
our class and. No, okay, good. It's
Good,
still
got
there.
it.
All right. All right. So. All right. So we have acolyte, anthropologist, archaeologist, celebrity adventurer, scion.
Wow.
That's like someone Bolo's assistant would be what
Yeah.
that is. Charlatan, city watch investigator, a crafter, cloistered scholar, a courtier, a criminal / spy, entertainer. That's something else. Faction agent, a failed merchant. That's kind of fun. Far traveler, fisher, folk hero, gambler, gladiator. Good lord, there's so many D&D Beyond. A haunted one.
Haunted one are fun.
Guild artisan, a hermit, inheritor, knight, marine, mercenary veteran, noble, outlander, pirate, a plaintiff. All right. Sage, a shipwright, a smuggler.
A plaintive battle forger or whatever it is. It looks like a lot of people are saying folk hero. Fish hero. I like fish.
Folk hero. Okay. So
Strike said gladiator.
a Waterhavian noble, celebrity, the urban bounty hunter, mountain trout fish hero.
What is a
I don't know. We're still in that fish. So folk hero is looking like what we got going on here.
Now there are two types of folk hero.
Mm-hmm.
And if folk hero is what we want to go, there's folk hero, there's regular folk hero, and there's Baldur's Gate folk hero.
I don't know what the difference. I mean, it's Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
It's,
But I'd allow both.
yeah, we could have Baldur's Gate folk hero or regular folk hero. There's also Baldur's Gate entertainer.
There's a couple, there's a couple options for Baldur's Gate,
Yep.
but it looks like
There's a lot of fish stuff. I mean, profession is a question on here. I feel like this guy's going to be a fisherman.
Oh,
If we're already getting there, he's definitely going to be a fisherman.
yeah.
Oh man, he uses his it's so good. Oh, that's fun.
Oh,
All right.
God.
Already starting to build a personality for this guy.
Oh god, it's going to turret mode. Nope. It's just turning into an angler.
Yeah, just-
Little cat.
Baldur's Gate. All right, Baldur's Gate folk hero. All right. That
What is Baldur's Gate folk hero?
is badly in need of heroes. Every so often one rises from amongst its own. Ordinary people who rise to greatness are beloved in local history, but the popular imagination can turn into such champions among as quickly as it anoints them. So it basically, people know who you are in Baldur's Gate.
Okay, he has animal handling. Oh, how fitting.
Survival. How fitting.
Vehicles. And let's choose that artisan tool.
Yeah, we got an artisan tool.
So we got all of the artisan tools. Now, is instruments also included? Nope, it's
Nope,
just artisan
tools.
So alchemists, brewers, calligraphers, carpenters, cartographers, cobblers, cooks, glassblowers, jewelers, leatherworkers, masonry tools, painters, potters, weavers, and woodcarvers. I know that was pretty quick, but you can follow along with D&D Beyond and create this character with us.
We got
if you want.
carpenter, brewers. He is a dwarf. Dwarves like to drink.
Yep.
Masonry.
His thing's made out of bricks.
Cooks.
Good lord. Okay, everybody, I might have to bring out the dice roller.
I have to bring
again.
out the dice roller again. Let's see.
So far we got 4. Anybody got any more? Again, we can go through it again, or
Just what he's proficient in doesn't necessarily mean just from his background. He's comes from Baldur's Gate, so we already have where he's from. He's gonna be from, or they. We don't have a gender yet, so it is not necessarily going to be a he. So. All right, D4.
All right, D4 it is. Nope.
Pull out that D4.
There we go, and roll it, and the D4 is 2.
A 2, so
Brewer.
Brewers it is. All right. Gonna make that fish wine. All right, what's next on our list?
Next is the artisan tool, instrument or game. The personality traits.
Personality traits. All right.
So we can go by what is generated here from the folk hero, or you can just come up with some.
Exactly. So
They
this
can
is
be-
personality traits. So this is like some examples that they have. I judge people by their actions, not their words. Thinking is for others. I prefer action. Or it's a D8, and we can roll it randomly if you wanted to do that. Or throw
literally
some.
come up with one that's more specific,
Yep.
where it's like he.
Really? You don't know who I am? I'm quite a big deal in Baldur's Gate.
Kind of is narcissistic.
I'm confident in my own abilities and do what I can to instill confidence in others. Could be that.
Could play off of that.
Yep.
Okay.
we got a D8 roll randomly.
Okay. This is just from D&D Beyond, but if you guys had one where it's like, he answers every question with another question, or
Believes they are being followed by ghosts of their ancestors.
ooh, I love that.
Oh, that's
gonna-
happening.
Okay, but personality has 2, so that'll be 1.
It does have 2, so
Wow, that's fun.
That is a good one. I will go down to here. Traits. Boom. All right, that is the first one.
The cool news, Scoob, I would say it means both. It means both. Because if you're being followed, you're being watched.
Yep. Little column A, little column B.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Let's do that in a D8.
Okay, sure.
Sounds good. We'll randomly roll the others. I think that sounds fun. I love randomly rolled charts. They're one of my favorite things.
Get out of here. Let's go for a date.
A date.
Let's do it. And 8.
8. We have gets bored easily. When is he gonna get on with his destiny?
Sure. So he seeks like a lot of adventure.
Yeah.
Doesn't like sitting around. You won't find if you find him in tavern, he's like, okay, here's what we're doing.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep.
Kind of a go-getter. Are we making a Ghostbuster?
Oh, we just might be.
Oh man, that would be so much fun.
Oh, that's good. Oh man, that is so good.
Wow, his automaton is a freaking ghost trap.
Oh, man,
This just got interesting.
This just got interesting.
Okay.
All right, what do we got?
The next one. Make your way down.
We absolutely are.
Bond.
All right, so now we're on ideals. Ideals is
Okay.
next. So this is ideals.
Yeah,
so that we have respect, fairness, freedom, might, sincerity, destiny. That kind of, if we wanted to go with what we've already chosen, we can do that.
You
We
can
don't have
also
to.
just make it even more simple and say good, neutral, evil, chaotic, lawful,
Yeah.
anything like that. And then we can build off of that. Or you can come up with your own ideal.
Yep.
And the ideals, like we said, are based off of those singular one-word things, and that kind of gives it.
Yeah, the destiny
example.
one is nothing and no one can steer me away from my higher calling of busting ghosts.
I love it.
Oh man, it's so fun. Oh man, yeah.
So what are we thinking for ideals, guys?
Everyone, we got sounds perfect. So destiny from Strike.
Oh man, that's rude. That's so amazing. You guys, this is.
Yeah,
hilarious.
man, it's actually the collar of the sweater is green. So yeah, I have a ghost neck.
Ethan was
neckline.
a ghost, and they're in the
Yep.
Q&A.
Yep.
It was translucent.
I thought it was a dark enough green not to interact or counteract with the green screen. I was wrong.
Wait, there's not a real fire behind us? Because I'm hot right now.
I'm so hot.
All right, so
All right. Well, Destiny. I think that's
Destiny.
what we got. Yep.
Okay. We'll roll with Destiny.
Bonds. We have 6 choices if we wanted to do the randomly rolled one.
Bonds are typically what is your tie into the world.
Yep. My tools are symbols of my past, and I carry them so that I will never forget my roots.
Hand-me-downs from your ancestors. Like, quit bothering me, ghosts.
We're I think we're just making a character from the new Ghostbusters movie that's coming out.
Oh yeah, it's one of the kids.
Yeah. I protect those who cannot protect themselves. I wish my childhood sweetheart had come with me to pursue my destiny.
Ghostbusters plus Mulan.
Oh my God.
That's so good.
Proud noble once gave me a horrible beating, and I will take my revenge on any bully I encounter.
Hates bullies.
I worked the land. I love the land. I will protect the land, and I have a family, but I have no idea where they are. One day, I hope to see them again. That's what we got as far as the
Gotta get that sweet, sweet
bustin' money. They believe that ghosts of their ancestors inhabit their tools and creations. Ooh.
That's kind of like a double-edged sword. Like, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this ghost, and then you're like, crap, there's a ghost in my machine.
well, they are constantly being viewed or
yeah.
the ghosts of their pasts. Right, I think it was ancestors, right? Yeah, ghosts of their ancestors. Maybe that is more is tied to their tools and creations.
And we can play on the word, the ghost in the machine, or the phrase.
Yeah.
Oh, we could have the machine like do its own stuff sometimes.
Yeah, maybe it is possessed. All right, we'll go with that one. That is sandbaggins. That's what we're gonna go with. Now the flaws. There are 6 of these. I have trouble trusting my allies. Secretly, I believe that things would be better if I were a tyrant lording over the land. I have a weakness for the vices of the city, especially hard drink. Might be a good one to go with the brewing that they do. Or random, as Nightblade says. I'm convinced the significance of my destiny and blind to my shortcomings, the risk of failure. And the tyrant who rules my land will stop at nothing to see me kill. Weakness for fish, has to kiss every fish.
That's a little ridiculous. But you know, we can put
Blind to shortcomings. We got blind to shortcomings. One for vices.
Are the ghosts willingly imbued into the tools? I don't know.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll figure that out.
Yeah. Oh man, now I want him to be a haunted one. But yeah, okay. Oh, that's how he made his name in Baldur's Gate.
He's busting. He was
busting ghosts. Get out of here, ghosts!
Get out of here, ghosts!
We have to go with the original Ghostbusters name though, because
Ghost Breakers.
Ghost Breakers.
Yep, he's a Ghost Breaker. Which I don't know if you know this, but
yeah,
the original title for Ghostbusters.
Because there was another show at the
called
time
The Ghostbusters. Yep. He's a Ghost Breaker.
He's a Ghost Breaker.
Oh my god, I love it. All right, so it's a tie-up between Vice for a hard drink, which would fit the brewers, but also blind to his shortcomings and risk of failure. So roll a d2, flip the coin.
No, he's not called a Ghostbreaker. Sandbaggins just said Dwarven Ghostbreaker, but what if Ghostbreaker was his last name?
Ooh, I think we just got his last name.
If y'all are cool with that, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
one word.
Yeah.
As the Dwarvens do.
Mm-hmm. All
right. But yeah, dude. So Vice, or what was the other one?
Blind to shortcomings.
I'll put it in the viewers' vote. Vice for the drink,
or blind to shortcomings.
Blind to shortcomings. It is such a BA name.
we got Vice.
Okay,
one vote
for
from Vice. Of course you do, Colton. You totally hold sway.
One for shortcomings.
Oh man, I like both. 2 for shortcomings. technically that's 3 or 2.
Okay, shortcomings. It's looking like okay.
All right. So shortcomings it is. Oh, we got another vice. Ooh, 50-50. We may have to flip it. You got a D2 on there?
I got a D4.
I got a D2 on mine. What's wrong with yours?
I do, but why not play? Why not stay on brand?
All right, we'll roll the D4.
Okay, here we go.
It's the best dice anyway.
1.
All right. So Vice, which was the
The
first
first
one
one.
named.
Yep, there we go.
All right, it is Vice. All right, what's next on the list of things to do?
The next is a profession.
A profession. What is he? He is a.
I mean, he's a Ghostbuster, so that's a profession.
That's a profession. He's a.
I mean, I know you guys were playing with fish.
But I think he's a professional ghost hunter.
I think he is too.
I think that's what. Yeah. Do you
So-
guys agree with that? Professional ghost hunter.
It's a scientist.
Scientist.
Yeah, a
could,
scientist, yeah.
Could be a scientist.
Scientist for hire.
Science.
As long as it's fish ghosts.
Yep. As long as his first name is Trout. I think he has brewing proficiency because of his vice,
Okay.
and that's why. So, mare ghosts, Trout, Ghostbreaker.
Maybe.
We might have. He is an artificer DC. Yes.
But instead of said trout, it could be like Troet.
Yeah. So it said
Yeah.
dwarvishly.
I'm Troet Ghostbreaker.
All
And
right.
then, but spelled trout.
That's it. That's happening. That's it. His name.
Put an apostrophe.
Oh yeah, totally gotta have an apostrophe. It's fantasy. Look at that.
Troet.
Troet.
Yeast.
All right, yeah. So definitely, he is an old. Go ahead and throw this in here. He is
I'm glad you're having fun. I hope everybody's having fun creating this.
We're having fun.
Yeah, this is a blast. Sorry if your suggestions aren't being chosen. It's kind of at random. We're trying to keep it fair. I like the story that we're creating.
So far, I mean, this is so yeah. I can honestly say when I sat down here, I never imagined that we would be making a ghost hunter,
Yeah.
a dwarven artificing ghostbuster.
Yeah, now we have to create a side mission for this to
Or-
work. Oh, wait.
Oh, maybe we don't.
Maybe we don't.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is real good.
Oh, this is so good. Oh man. Oh, I've already got stuff working in the brains.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
He ain't afraid of no fish.
Strike, just make him easy to cosplay. That's all I ask. Well, we're gonna get to appearance and all that, so don't
That's
worry.
actually
We're
next.
we're at next. So what do we got first up on that?
Hair. So this can be color, this can be style, this can be this because he's dwarf. This goes into the beard.
Yep.
How long of a beard is it? How many braids does it have? What
Yep.
kind of everything about his hair.
Yep. So we're gonna
does he
start
have
with
an
hair.
undershave? Does he have or the braided undershave where it's not really an undershave but it's braided so tight that it looks like that? Or is it a single mohawk? Is it Reek's mohawk mullet, rat tail disgustingness?
Yep. We got some coming in. We've gotten. Strike's just describing himself. We have not gotten to Ginger yet, Nightblade. We will get to that momentarily.
Yeah, sorry, we keep saying he.
It is
but
definitely not a he. It is.
is non-gendered currently.
Beard curls out to a point. That's. Fishtail braids on his head.
Okay, staying on brand with the fish.
Yep.
I kind of like the beard curls to a point.
I like beard curls to a point, so I'm gonna add that. What color hair are we gonna go with?
White hair.
Salmon. Oh my god, with the fish stuff. With the fish stuff. Yep.
I like the white hair.
White, like you saw a ghost.
Yeah, I like the white. We could put a salmon lock in there if you guys want.
That could be a good quirk. Like maybe he has a stripe down his a single stripe.
Or
down
the
his,
single braid.
single
or,
braid. Yeah,
that goes into the point.
That goes into the point.
and
So
that's
a salmon color. So yeah, so we'll do white with like a salmon stripe, like a single braid down. White beard curls to a point with salmon.
Salmon braid or salmon stripe.
Salmon braid. All right. Oh, I'm gonna have to go.
What? Oh, too much?
Too much. I gotta go down to.
Just description?
Yep.
Yeah, just put it in back. There you go.
White.
So what about the top of his head? I saw someone say bald. I saw someone say fishtail braids. What other choices we got? So what other styles that could work for an artificer?
Anything really.
Anything works, but top knot.
Curly hair.
Curly hair could work, but at what length?
Mm-hmm.
Does he have bangs? No. Do they have bangs? Is it short? Is it shoulder length? Is it really long? Is it okay, so I'm seeing curly a lot, and so if we do curly hair, and someone said frizzy hair that is wild, so it'd be kind of a very brave thing of them to wear it that way.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And their thing. Oh, their machine.
I've actually got quite a bit of this. We've got wild and frizzy, kind of like you got electrocuted. So Einstein-y.
Got it.
Mad. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, and his artificer companion is a bear, and that's what helps him fish for salmon.
Oh my God.
This is so good. He's also a ghost busting bear.
All right.
Resigns himself to a wig. Let's see.
Ghost trap bear.
All right, I think that's good for hair.
Yeah, that's definitely a good bit. We got hair down, so now.
Ooh, one last question: just beard or beard and mustache? Because it matters for dwarves.
Yeah. What do you think? You think full everything? I think full everything.
Okay, I'm cool with full everything.
Yeah, instead of just the bottom.
Okay. The next one is just beard.
Just beard. So no mustache?
Looks like we're saying no mustache. Okay, just beard it is.
Yeah, just beard. Done.
Okay. Next is going to be eyes. So that can be eye color. That can be, one could be blinded. It could be heterochromia, which is the two different colored eyes.
Yep.
It could be a wild color. It could be like a silver or, a gold or something like that. The dwarven greed of gold and silver and stuff like that has imbued so much in the past that they now have this that shines through them.
We have one it wouldn't be robotic, but like a artificial eye.
Okay.
I like that. One eye is white, the other half
I like
green,
two different
half
colors,
red.
so that would be if we had the artificial eye, it could be a different color.
Yep. So artificial eye, and then one silver, one gold. So we have a couple gold and silver eyes. All right, so we'll go with a prosthetic eye that's silvery gold.
Okay.
That's like silver and gold in itself.
Yep. And then let's see, we got a couple. We have like a green eye. We have salmon eye. Basically 2 different colors. Someone says green and red. Let's do that one green.
Green. A little green.
Okay.
All right.
Next is height.
Height,
Let's
how-
kind of keep it.
Keep it dwarvish.
Yeah.
height.
So keep it dwarvish. But is it gonna be? Let's go short, medium, or tall.
Yeah.
Is
For,
he
for a dwarf.
For a dwarf. Yeah. Is he short, medium, or tall for a dwarf?
A tall dwarf. Okay. So it can be taller for a dwarf.
Yeah.
We got a medium. We got tall for a dwarf. Tall dwarf. Yeah, we got
Average would be medium. So we got 2 for tall,
3 for tall.
3 for tall, 2 for medium. They're not okay. So they are medium-sized creatures. They're not short like gnomes or halflings.
yeah.
They are what is it? Around the 5-foot range. Is I think.
They're between 4 and 5 feet.
Okay.
So we'll say 5'3",
Sure.
which would be pretty tall for a.
Hold on.
Pull up.
D&D Beyond.
Hold on. Yeah, I can actually go back to race. Click on the detail page. It's Hill Dwarf.
It's gonna be in regular.
Short and stout. They stand well under 5 feet tall. So if we have him over 5 feet tall, then that's
He's definitely a tall. But
yeah. So 5'3".
5'3" sounds good.
Yep.
Next one is weight. Again, let's just keep it in the simple terms of, is he like lithe and gangly for a dwarf, which is, they're already stout. So this would be like oh man. So it'd be kind of like an average human build if he was a lithe dwarf.
Mm-hmm.
Or is he, let's say, just your average broad, dad bod, muscular, fat ratio, or is he very stout?
Is he a very, very
So
few extra
lithe,
pounds.
average, or stout, and we'll go with that. So
Yeah, don't give us numbers. So lithe, average, stout.
yeah.
If you aren't thick, are you even a dwarf?
Look,
So
man,
Nareran, I'm gonna go with stout on that one. Say stout because he drinks a lot. That's a
Okay.
good one. But
got
we've
two
got
people
quite a
for
bit
live.
for with Glyde, but with huge calves.
thunder calves.
Yep. Nightblade, that's a very good description of why he would be stout. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and he prefers to drink stout.
And prefers to drink stouts. Ooh. That's what he makes. So
Oh,
he
yes.
specializes in his stouts. We're getting more lives, though.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
People want to see a skinny dwarf, and by skinny I mean he's not going to be bones because dwarves just aren't built that way.
Yeah.
But he would be an average person build, which would look
Yeah.
weird.
He'll look weird.
He'll look like a dwarf, an actual dwarf human.
Yeah.
Is more like, so get that picture in mind. He'd look more like a dwarf human in that sense of body build.
Yep. Looks like a short human.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go
Go live.
Yeah.
All right. Next going up is age. Young, middle-aged, or old.
Yep.
Just young, middle-aged, or old, and we'll figure out the years with D&D Beyond. Looks like middle, old, young, equivalent to mid-20s.
Yeah. Well, they live to be about 400 years old. So.
Yeah, we'll figure that out once
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
out.
We
but
figure out.
young, but may look older because the ghosts in D&D can age people.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So yeah. So maybe maybe looks older but actually is young. I think that's what we're gonna have to go with because that's a really good.
So if they live to be 400, they age the first like 30 years like humans do, as all races work. You want to keep them around
Like 50?
I'd say 50 to 100.
Yeah.
Let's cut it even. Say around 70.
70. Okay, but looks
like 200.
looks like he's 200.
Yeah. Here's a fun one. So the next one coming up is distinguishing marks. This could be tattoos. This could be jewelry. This could be scars. This could be what he wears, or what they wear, because gender is next after this question. Actually, let's do gender first.
Yeah, let's do gender first. Yep.
So gender first. Male, female, or non-binary.
Yep.
So they is an option.
We got one for Scar. But.
Yep. Sorry about jumping the gun on that. Keep thinking about it because that one's a fun one to think about. Let that stew in your brain. He's already got a couple of distinguishing marks, like the eye,
the prosthetic eye,
the pink braid,
the salmon color braid down the center of the beard, and
ooh, okay. We got two female, two non-binary. So, yes, Ray. It is a dwarven artificer ghostbuster. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
A mountain dwarf. Yes. We're on gender right now, so we're about to do all of the fun little neat detail aspects. But gender is what so male, female, non-binary. We got quite a few non-binary. And the fun thing about dwarves is that females
absolutely have beards.
Well, they can.
They can have beards.
Yes. And it's very common. So no matter whoever may cosplay it could.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. That's fun. Have fun making a white beard though. with a point.
That's half the fun.
Yeah.
Half the fun.
Dwarven androgyny. I'm liking
that.
I'm
Let's
liking
go
the they.
non-binary. Yeah, I like the they. So we'll keep it at they. So.
Okay. Now the fun parts, like we were saying, distinguishing marks, scars, tattoos, jewelry, a certain part of their clothing that might stand out, something that pops, and you instantly identify them as soon as they walk into the room. Besides everything that we've already created in this very fun character.
Yeah, other than the giant automaton walking next to them.
Yes.
So do they have a scar across their eye where maybe their prosthetic eye is that, or like a claw mark or something along those lines? So
or what would a ghost scar look like?
Fingers covered in rings from their ancestors. That's pretty cool.
As if the salmon color braid won't do it.
Scar for the eye and rings.
Okay.
Yeah. Describe that scar on the eye.
So is it a single scar, like a cut mark?
Trench coat filled with flasks. That's actually a pretty cool one too.
That's kind of neat. Is it like a claw mark from a beast, or is it like an undead necrotic scar that has aged that area, or something? What would that scar look like? Or is it going to be a burn scar or a lightning scar where it has that that really cool? It looks like veining almost. It's really crazy the way that scarification looks.
A lot of necrotic scar.
Okay.
Charred burn, please. Necrotic is pretty cool. So, all right, necrotic scar.
Okay.
We'll have fun with that.
Yeah, we'll come up with that.
I promise it'll be fun.
All right. So, and then the jewelry.
Got that.
Okay. Got that. Now here's another one, and please, we will be at your whim, but please make it something that we can do.
Oh yeah. Accent
and speech pattern.
Yep.
And whatever you make, we will do our best to do, and if that means that we have to do research and I have to phonetically type things so that I can read it, I do that with certain characters. What kind of accent and we could go the standard Irish Scottish, but let's
I got a
let's try and
Welsh.
have. Let's. Ooh, man.
Yeah.
Okay,
That-
you're getting very specific on the English. I don't want to hurt you and disappoint you.
What if they sound surprisingly accentless for a dwarf? Like they're well read in their craft.
Oh, someone said Australian. That's gonna be real
Yeah.
hard.
Australian.
Down under, mate.
I get Australian bleeds into
English.
British
Yeah,
all the time.
that one would have to be phonetically written.
Yeah.
Articulate can.
Creole.
Why you gotta?
Mm.
Why you gotta?
Mhm.
Do you? Oh man, for some people Creole may be easy, but
It ain't easy. I
I'll
can't
have
do
to watch.
Creole,
I'll have
man.
to watch a lot of Princess and the Frog.
We've got quite a few for articulate accentless.
Okay.
No, Colton.
I say,
I
boy.
said, boy.
I said,
But I done.
there's a ghost in this
ghost.
house.
You done told you now.
A lot of say good with accentless. Okay, so since they will be accentless, who do you want to play them?
Oh yeah. That's another two. We have two DMs to play them. Maximum said because they are accentless, let's add something to
Yeah,
their
the
speech
speech
pattern, like a stutter, or it doesn't have to be a stutter. It can be something else.
It could be something like.
Like how they draw out certain letters. They talk with a lisp. They like kind of go into their S's. They draw out
They
their
speak fast.
S's.
They speak slow.
Yep, but they are articulated. So drops their G's.
Okay, so that like the Southern making, drawing. So no drawing.
Yeah, they always take their time.
So a little bit slower. Let's see.
Go here. None.
What kind of? I guess
Long pauses they consider something new and possibly irrelevant.
Slight R's on the end of vowels. Vowels.
Very slow cadence, very specifically choosing words.
Like the brain is moving faster than the mouth. I actually know of people like that.
Right.
My friend Lee, I actually figured that out about.
Kind of what DC said. Okay, I like that. So long pauses as they consider something new and possibly irrelevant or relevant.
Okay.
So not slow talking like our Dragonborn friend who owns
The worm, Book's treasure.
Yeah,
Bookworms.
Bookworm's treasures, but more. Yeah, got it. So
And then I would say, so contemplative, or also like Ray was saying, where the brain works faster, so you're kind of choosing the words as they come to you. I like that. And then I would say the attitude of the voice.
yeah.
Let's pick the attitude again because we don't have an
So
accent.
narcissistic, like narcissistic, cocky sounding, unsure,
Judging, gruff, been there, done that,
Yep.
or excited.
excited.
There was the articulate that was dropped, but articulate could be done in word choice. Monotone, someone said.
Yep. Nervous.
Nervous works with their paranoia.
Yeah. And nervous is a good one. What do we think about nervous, guys? And gals and everyone in between?
Ladies and gentle them.
Ladies and gentle them.
I love it. Monotone is a second. It's not monotone if they're actually out to get you. Okay. So we asked for nervous, and a couple of people. I
Got some
think
thumbs
said-
up and like it. All right, nervous it
Let's
is.
do nervous. All right.
All right.
So
maybe with a
not
little
only are they
drunken
not only are
slur.
they thinking about what they're trying to say, but they're also there's kind of like that voice in the back of the head, like they're watching,
Yeah.
and so that's the nervousness.
Yeah, I
that's
like
there.
that. I like
so
that.
Kind of always.
Nervousness, and maybe depending on the scene, Sandbaggins, if they have a drunken slur or not with their speech patterns, since
maybe.
they do have that vice for hard liquor.
I think that's everything on my list. Is that everything for the D&D Beyonds?
That's pretty darn good. Yep. That is that
Go
NPC.
to equipment real quick. Just go to starting equipment. I just want to see if they get anything that we haven't chosen. Simple weapons, nope. And the artisan tool is another one.
Yeah, it's gonna be brewer supplies.
I thought we already selected that.
That's what they're proficient in.
Got it.
So now they actually get it. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So we gotta. Who is playing it? Me or Devin?
Yeah, we will not be offended
No.
in any way.
Not at all. So.
Whose voice do you find more soothing?
Who do you want to play this?
Nervous ghost-breaking dwarf
Yep.
named Troit Ghostbreaker.
Troit Ghostbreaker. One should do them sober, one should do them drunk.
I love it.
That is.
We'll figure that out. I love it.
That's
Done.
awesome. That's done.
Done.
Okay.
Okay.
That's actually a good point, Ray. So I will play sober, you play drunk?
Yeah.
All right.
So you can represent, the
Yeah.
non-binary.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Awesome.
That sounds fun.
But we're not done.
Nope.
We're done with Troit,
Troit Ghostbreaker. It has been made.
the artificer.
The
from,
artificer.
from Baldur's Gate.
The Baldur's Gate artificer, mountain dwarf who hunts ghosts.
Dude,
That is awesome.
That is crazy.
That is so awesome.
You know what? This is the only way I'm creating characters from now on.
Right?
That is a lie. But this was fun.
All right, so I am going to. We're gonna save this. Let me go ahead and just.
Okay, next thing that we're going to be making is a magic item. So things that we need to think about: the type, weapon, armor, wands, a wondrous item where it's like a ring, a necklace, some stone, an instrument, or other thing that you guys just randomly think of. So we're going to be doing that. Let's try and keep it not in the legendary status.
Yeah, no. Definitely. We would like to introduce it sooner than later.
So a mid-range.
We're definitely a low magic item game. We'll have magic items, but we definitely want to keep it. So the first thing that we want to do is let me go to my magic item creation tab on D&D Beyond.
Yes, the homebrew section even.
Yes. So we have made Trout.
And so this magic item does not have to be with the NPC that we just created.
No, this is completely separate.
Yeah. And this could be for any of the party members. So we have something that works for everybody, the better. But if you want to make a targeted magic
You
item,
absolutely
that
can.
is also acceptable. We just want to put all the options on your table.
Yep. So first we need to figure out, what are we making? Are we making armor? Are we making just a potion? Are we making a ring, rod, scroll, staff, wand, weapon, or a wondrous item such as like an amulet?
Like I said,
or
ring, necklace, stone, instrument, other
rod, anything,
Well, the rods.
rod's on there. So, it's something that can be literally figurine of wondrous power is a wondrous item, so something along those lines. So that's what we want to focus on now. What are we making?
Okay. So we
uh,
got one vote for wondrous item.
Yep. Yeah, and I'd say ring would fall into wondrous item, yada yada yada. So gloves would be wondrous item, stuff like that. So looking like it's gonna be a wondrous item.
Okay. So let's.
We got.
Because ring is separate on this choice, do we want ring or do we want it to be an obscure item? An obscure
Ray
item.
said an axe. Yeah, it can be a weapon. It can be literally anything. Sky's the limit.
Now you know.
Da, 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 da. We have had quite a few for wondrous item. Give it a little bit more. Come on, peeps.
Think of things that you've seen people just create on the internet, things that you've created for your game, things that you've wanted for your game, and all that kind of stuff. Everybody always wants a special weapon.
Yeah.
But when I played Bilric, I loved the random one-use items. I loved them. I always hoarded them like a dragon, though.
What if it's something other than jewelry? It can be something other than jewelry. It doesn't
Yes.
have to be a ring.
Like
It doesn't have to be a
stone instrument, like a random bauble.
a scarf.
Ooh, that's kind of neat.
Oh, I like scarf. That's kind of neat. Something along those lines.
An
yeah.
ugly Christmas sweater.
I'm gonna come in there, Colton.
You know, did the person that started that joke, were they a part of that joke?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
remember the plot?
I remember the plot.
Yeah, because whenever
Uh-huh.
plot on LARP would tease
A
an item.
small crystalline statue of a fish. Yeah. Any time in the LARP that we ran, we would tease like the littlest bit of a picture of something, and they'd all just go fish. It's a fish.
It's a fish.
A
It's
fish.
obviously a fish.
It's obviously a fish.
No reason behind it. It was a joke that started and then it stuck,
Yep.
and it didn't matter what happened. It was always a fish.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! A red crystalline herring.
God.
Oh man, that's good.
That okay, fine.
That's
it's a
it.
wondrous item.
It's
It
a
is.
wondrous item, and it is a red crystal, or a ruby. Could be a ruby herring.
A ruby
It's
herring.
a red herring. Oh man, that is so good.
Wow.
Oh man. All right, so wondrous item.
This is a face of love and hate.
Yep. All right, so we know it is a ruby herring. Let's say herring statue carved from ruby.
I know we're not targeting, but the magic items that we have so far in play are the Wand of Magic Missiles that Vinley has.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Moon Blade that Voss has.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Cloak of Many Fashions, which V has.
Yep.
Seisha doesn't have anything?
I don't think so.
Harold doesn't have anything.
Harold had a potion, but that.
Yeah, that got drank real quick. It
Mhm.
didn't get drank at all, and then they were like, drink it all right now.
Yep. So what does this do? Does it? Do we want to play on the red herring aspect, or is it literally? Is the item being a red herring of itself, and it has nothing to do with the item itself?
I like that.
I like that too.
Where they think it's nothing.
Yep.
Like, oh, this is a red herring, and
Mm-hmm.
which would really suck if they don't take it because of the out of play thought process. But
Yep.
whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like it.
Harold did. Yes, that's correct. He did have drums, but he did destroy them.
Yep.
Which did not destroy the magic that that summoned the creatures.
Yeah. Does it grant like a luck point? Does it grant bonuses to
Yeah.
certain
What
things?
type of what? Okay. What? Yeah, that's the first thing. What does it do? So, is it a buff?
Is it just a trinket?
What do you mean just a trinket? No, it's gonna be a magic item.
No, I know.
It's gonna be a magic item. It's something weird.
Attracts wild game, then grants speak with animals.
But only to fish.
Allows you to talk to fish.
I think.
An item that points them at side quests.
No, let's not drag this campaign forever.
Oh, right.
Lord. I know it feels like this is drawn out, but everything that we do, almost everything we do, has a purpose.
Gives people a negative on their opposed perception rolls.
That's a cursed item.
No, it means people trying to look at them.
Oh, right. So like an elven cloak or elven boot.
Yeah, so basically it would it would cause others to have disadvantage on perception checks against them.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the elven cloaks and the elven boots.
It gives you advantage to your stealth checks.
It does both.
Does it?
Yep.
Oh, look at that. Good point.
I'm totally fine with imposing disadvantage. I just want to maybe choose something else besides perceiving stealth or perceiving them.
Let's see. When we get
because I want to make this very unique. That's the thing. I want to push this. Like you can be as
push
crazy.
the weird, push the left field,
the unique.
Grants bonus to grapple checks.
Trying to think. You got any crazy ideas in there?
He's posting some stuff.
Negative insight. This thing can also cause random spell effects. It could cause, it could be like the noble dwarf potion. It could be
it could be a bunch
small
of
chart of things.
Could be a bunch of random stuff. It could. Cover tracks in a crime scene. So what did New Lex can say? How about it makes people less suspicious of the holder and more suspicious of the person closest to the holder?
Maybe. That would be like the insight check disadvantage. That's probably how I'd roll that, but we could make it specific like that, which may hurt them when they're trying to help each other. Like Harold's like, here's the deception. They're like, I believe you, and then V is like, and I'm adding to the deception, but you're full of shit.
We've got quite a few for moving blame to someone else.
Moving blame to someone else because it's a red herring. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Person that is holding it gets advantage on deception, and if they beat it, then it puts the blame on someone else.
So
are we cool with that?
Grants advantage.
It should be on deception or just charisma checks?
On charisma checks.
Okay.
Let's do charisma checks.
Got it. And puts blame on someone else.
Grants advantage on charisma checks and
like it throws other people under the bus.
Causes those creatures.
There's a couple in here that are pretty good. Grants advantage if you can point the finger at someone else, like cause blame, or if they succeed, they can point and blame it on somebody within.
I was thinking, or I was gonna say, it grants advantage on charisma check, but creatures in a 5-foot radius around them have disadvantage on charisma checks.
Okay. Which
is that pointing the blame on them.
Got it. The only problem with that.
Definitely requires attunement.
The only problem with that is, what if nobody else says anything?
That's okay. That's the whole point of it.
Okay.
And then And then target has disadvantage.
What about instead of 5-foot radius, the one that they're pointing at or placing blame on has the disadvantage?
Okay, so they would have disadvantage on their insight?
No,
Or
so
disadvantage on charisma?
I would be like, if you're asking me, I'd be like, no. I was not the one that did that. It was Ross, and then I'm pointing at Ross, and then when you go talk to Ross and you're like, hey, what the hell? Then we would roll that at disadvantage for their roll, and it would put more blame on them. Kind of throws them under the bus.
Yeah, that's hard to translate to game rules, so I'm trying to figure out how because that's a lot of, that's very situational.
It is.
Like, you know. Yeah, that's like super situational. Like, only if you're trying to blame someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make it that if that's what they want. I was just thinking maybe we make it a little more broad, so it's.
Yeah, if it's going to be super situational, I would take away the attunement.
Yeah.
Um,
Because advantage on charisma checks is huge, but disadvantage on charisma checks is, and maybe we can make the radius bigger. Maybe it's like 10 feet.
I love that, Nararan. Give it a paired item. That's an ivory statue of a goat, the scapegoat.
Oh my god.
That is so funny.
That's pretty good.
And then I also like, I do like there being a chance that it backfires and a member of the party being blamed. So let's do radius.
Yeah, so it causes creatures in a 10-foot radius around them to have disadvantage on charisma checks and trying to think how we put that in game rules.
Well, it could be man, I knew this was going to be the hardest part.
I know. Just checks. No, there's not really a chance. Not really. I wouldn't really say saving throws. I mean, we could. Grants advantage on charisma checks and charisma saving throws, but everybody within a 10-foot radius has disadvantage on charisma checks and charisma saving throws. Most charm effects are wisdom though, not charisma.
There's very few charisma attacks.
Yep, but that's still not bad. That's still. I like that.
Okay.
Maybe it's a fused. The ruby herring and the ivory scapegoat, and it's like one statue, and so it's the red herring and the scapegoat all together, which is why everyone around you is
Okay.
the
Got
it's
it.
blamed.
Oh, so it would okay. So would it be like one end is the red herring and one end is the head of the goat, or would it look almost like an ivory goat, red mermaid tail?
Ooh.
So it like fades from white to the ruby, and it looks almost like a mer-ram.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Could they be separated
No, they would be one.
with a wish spell?
Yeah.
Transparent herring swallowed the ivory goat. It's kind of neat too. But I think I like the only problem is not seeing the herring in it'll be just a red tail.
Yeah, I actually like that. It's a ruby carve, but there is literally an ivory goat on the inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. card from Ruby with a
Oh, we're doing it as one piece now.
Yeah,
Not just
it's one piece.
and that's why you get the boon, and everybody else around you gets the bane.
Yep.
So you have the red herring, which is me, and the scapegoat, which is everybody else.
So it's a really good item, but you gotta.
Harold's gonna want that,
And
and he's gonna screw everyone else over.
Yep.
I like it.
I like it too. I like it too a lot. It's not too crazy. It definitely has a balance. So I'm gonna say that this would be
I'd say
Very
rare.
rare.
Not very rare.
Rare?
Just rare.
okay.
It does have if it didn't have this huge bane,
Yeah, it's got a
Then
pretty
I
big
would say
bane.
very
Definitely
rare.
requires attunement.
yeah, because it has the saving throws attached to it. That is definitely attunement.
It is a wondrous item.
All right, what are we naming it?
Yep. What is its name? Is the name itself a red herring?
Let's see. What is that whale that swallowed people?
Moby Dick.
No, I don't think it had a name. I think just Jonah did. Yeah, I think it's just Jonah and the
The
whale.
lying lion. The black dahlia.
Leviathan.
Leviathan. The crimson leviathan.
I like that. So we're going with Crimson Leviathan now. We'll see if in the next couple of posts if something better pops up.
But that's pretty good.
Yeah. It sounds imposing.
Mm-hmm. That is pretty. That's pretty good.
Let's see what time it is.
That was right at 10 o'clock. That
It's
was
right at 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty darn good. Have to get some item art done of that. That sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will. And we'll have to have Marquis, our artist,
Yeah.
draw Troit.
Oh yeah, we should definitely have them draw Troit.
That'd be a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, thank you so much for helping us raise over $11,000 for the Miracle Health Networks for children across America.
Yeah,
It's-
for Extra Life, it was
is-
just incredible. This was so much fun, and we will definitely.
I wish every Sunday was this easy.
We'll definitely be doing this again. You all are phenomenal and fantastic. Thank you everybody who hung out with us tonight for this Q&A for the first half, and then the NPC and magic item build. And I'm not gonna lie, that NPC is
It's
like,
gonna be a lot of fun.
I'm hyped for that.
Again, the next 2 weeks we are off. But we're not. We're not going dark. We're
Yep.
going to show the last current episodes, not the session zeros, but the current episodes leading up to.
Correct. So next week will be session 40,
Yeah.
and then the Sunday just before New Year's will be session 41, and then we'll pick up with session 42 on January.
Everything leading up to the events of Lyra's Night, basically, is what that's going to
And
be.
if
big
you're
reveal.
all caught up, whoo boy, is it gonna be fun?
Ha, ha, ha.
And with that, be excellent to each other.
May always roll at advantage.
Good night, everybody. Happy holidays.
We'll see you January 5th.